Standing as the colors leave the field.
Seconds. Well, here we are back with a conversation with Rob Manchester, head coach of Georgia Military College, getting ready for Iowa Western. Coach, how you doing?
We're doing great. Just ready for to get to practice. Yesterday is our day off, but just game planning, watching film. Kids worked out, lifted, and just ready to get 3-4 days of good practice in, getting ready for Iowa Western.
And for those watching, you're watching it just prior to the kickoff of the game, but we are recording this on a Tuesday, so thus the day off yesterday in the practice today. Coach, I was looking at the stats. Could Saturday have been a more perfect day? I mean, you had great numbers offensively of 345 yards rushing. You hold them to negative 38 rushing. You had a perfect kicker, 10 of 10. You had 6 different receivers catch the football. You had a big crowd. You had great weather. I mean, it was just a great day to start the year.
It was a great day. Appreciate Java Prep coming over. Coach Hawkins and them are trying to go NJCAA, and hopefully that'll come to fruition. I think he's got some meetings with Mr. Parker, the president, and hopefully they can get certified to be that. I mean, they looked good. I had some good looking players out there. Certainly was not, going into the game thinking it would be the result that we got. But it was good. A lot of good things happened. Definitely some things that we need to work on. And you are right. I mean, the crowd. I've been here a long time, and that may have been one of the largest crowds we've had. Beautiful day. Hardly didn't even sweat. Now this weekend, I think the heat's going to be turned up, but I'm okay with that. The guys coming from out west, so that'll be the Midwestern states. So, but anyway, it was a great day. But we put that behind us, and we're ready to move on. Get ready for Iowa Western. Was definitely not happy with the 15 yarders. Definitely some selfish penalties. We've addressed that. Some of them were just effort penalties, which they happen. I think one or two of them could have been called the other way or not called, but we got to clean those things up. But I'm glad we got a game under our belt, and we're going to have that's going to take a Herculean effort to beat Iowa Western.
Let's talk about health first. Always like to find out what is going on with the health of the players. How are you faring as far as injury status is concerned 1 week in?
We were definitely blessed to get through that game unscathed. We had actually 2 of our starting offensive linemen did not play in that first game. They're getting back healthy. One of them's got a quad, another one an ankle. So really think they're going to be back. They're going to give it a go today in practice. We'll see how they are. Even if we just get one out of the 2 back, that'll help. But everybody else was healthy.
This is going to be an odd question probably, but what did we not see on Saturday that you kind of held in reserves in anticipation of taking on the number 1 team in the country this week?
I don't know. I mean, it was somewhat intentional. I think defensively, you're gonna what you see is what you saw is what you're gonna get. Obviously, didn't do some other fronts, didn't do some blitz packages. Didn't really need them, but try to keep those close to the vest. But I'm sure they know that Coach Turner was at Dodge City last year. If they haven't, I guess they've been under a rock, but I doubt Coach Strohmeyer has done that at all. But I know offensively, I'm sure Coach was close to the vest, didn't do any of the new wrinkles that they've been working on. But and we're in the same boat. I mean, who knows what they're going to be doing? They had a scrimmage. We'll be exchanging that film, but I mean, it's just going to be, what you get. See, what you see is what you get with Iowa Western. We got to be ready to play.
It was not a surprise to see the 345 yards rushing. Georgia military known for running the football, and really the 167 passing, not a big surprise either. You're going to put up those numbers during the course of a season. I was a little surprised at the distribution of the passes to 6 different guys. You've got a talented receiving corps.
Oh, I think we really do. I mean, we base out of an 11, even 12 personnel type of system. We're going to be a run first, type of offense, obviously, with us, having 345 yards and then, leading the country last year in rushing. But I mean, I just feel like across the board, our whole team, we've recruited really well, playing with a lot of young players, obviously. But I think we upgraded at every position, to be honest with you. I think we got some really good looking receivers out there. Coach Reddy's and them is going to be good with, you know, uh, you know, trying to take what they give us. But it's good to see Chip, connect. Over half of his passes he connected on. We missed a couple, but I mean, there was a little bit of some, protection breakdown there a little bit when you started bringing in some of those reserves. But I mean, it's good to see those guys, and they've really made a concentrated effort all during the off season and everything to keep getting better at the passing game. So. We probably will have to use that a little bit more this weekend, but we'll see.
Well, you bring up the passing game. Let's talk about that. Iowa Western, 3 national championships in a row. And what do? They go out and get a D1 quarterback. They've got Hunter Deckers from Iowa State, who got kind of involved in a gambling controversy and sat out last year. He is at the helm this year. You had a team in Jive Prep that threw the football a lot. Does that prepare you for a Hunter Deckers type quarterback?
You don't know necessarily, obviously, what they're going to do with this new young man at quarterback. I think historically, Coach Strohmeyer's never really been, I mean, uses 11 personnel, does different. I don't think he's necessarily been more pass than run. I mean, it's just a very, very well coached team. They're going to take or try to do whatever the defense gives them. And I mean, I think their starting running back is returning. I think I read where they only have about 4 starters, but with their robust redshirt program, I mean, they're going to have older guys out there. I mean, I'm sure they're bringing that guy in to run their offense and their system and run it efficiently. I mean, obviously, he's been at the Division I level. I mean, we're going to have to be ready, for whatever they do give us. I think he is more of a passer, maybe not necessarily runner, where, when they won, they're back-to-back national champions when they won the one year before last. I think when they beat Hutch, I believe it may have been, but, they had to go to a more running quarterback, which that's what they had. So they did that. So we'll see what happens with this young man coming in here to Millersville on Saturday.
They have been number one, obviously, for a while because of their national championships. And I will say deservedly so until you're knocked off that perch. You stay the number one team. You have played them extremely well over the last couple of years, especially at Davenport Field, a game that you should have won. So what kind of game do we look for against Iowa Western?
I think it's going to be, I guess, the old school term, slobber knocker. I think it's going to be a great college football game. Hopefully we can keep it close going into the fourth quarter to give ourselves a chance to win. I think kind of 2 heavyweights. It's going to be the team that makes the least amount of mistakes in all 3 phases. Probably come down to turnovers and those type of things. I think we have been fortunate. It doesn't really matter what's happened in the past. We've played, about a half dozen times. We were fortunate enough to beat them one time. It's when 2013 when we went on and played for the national championship. Every other game except for maybe 2012. And it was out there. I mean, every game has, for the most part, been pretty close. 2 years or 3 years ago, my first year as head coach, I mean, we were driving potentially win the game, and unfortunately, we had a turnover there. I thought we competed with them out there last year. We got down. We never gave up. But every team every year is new. We're, I think, totally different than we were last year. Um, and I think we're definitely a better football team right now than maybe what we've been in the past. But we'll find out how good we are if we're good at all this Saturday here at Davenport Field.
Is this the first of a 2-year contract or agreement with Iowa Western? Do you definitely know you're playing next year, or what's that status?
Don't know yet. I mean, I will definitely. I mean, it's kind of was. I mean, I'll go that out there to him next. Kind of depends on a lot of times with Scott and his teams. They play in that Kansas league. Sometimes, they play like a Texas team. They may have some type of agreement. I know when we played in 21, he said, "Hey, I'll come here." Then it was basically just a gentleman's agreement. Hey, I'll come back out there. But we weren't able to play in 22 just because they had some kind of conference obligations, so to speak. And then we went out there last year, and he's coming here again this year. So I'll return the favor if it's next year. If not, the next. But it'll be our turn to go out there. Respect the heck out of Coach and his program and what he's done out there. Last year, and I think it'll be the same here. You don't have all the extra stuff that they deal with, I think, in the Kansas League. It's just go out there and play really good football and see where you fall. And hopefully that's what will happen on Saturday.
This is 1 versus 12, a top 15 matchup in the NJCAA. So why not have a big crowd like we had last week? Does that give you a kind of an emotional edge to look into the stands and see them packed?
I mean, I think it's, ever since 2021, coming out of COVID and stuff, I mean, we've really made a conscientious effort to have different themes, have different things to where people come to the games. It helps our cadet corps there. I mean, they're amazing. That's 200 some odd bodies. I mean, obviously we got more players than we've ever had. So more families are coming to the games. Now, I mean, we're not competing with Georgia, obviously, but that Georgia Clemson game's on at 12. So that may, we'll have it on there in the Bulldog room, but, that may keep some people away. But I think if people are just, we got great community support. If they're fans of football, I mean, potentially there could be a ton of, guys playing at the next level out there that play on Saturday. But it's great. I mean, it's definitely motivation, I think, for our young men to see that many people there at the games. So we're really excited. Hopefully we can, back that up with another really good crowd this Saturday.
Coach, good luck against the Reavers, and we'll talk after the game.
Sounds great. Thanks so much.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Davenport Field as we get this matchup between the 1 and the 11 team in the country's underway. Iowa Western, ranked number 1, 3 consecutive national championships. They are the barometer. They are the team by which others gauge their success.
Deep for the Dogs, number 81, Daryl Bland.
Bulldogs, about a decade removed.
Number 8, Keenan Phillips.
From their last national championship appearance. And if you want to get to the title game, then these are the guys you got to go through. Hi, everybody. Robert Williamson set to bring you the coverage. Coin toss won by Georgia Military, and they have opted to get the ball first. And we'll get it inside the 20
up to about the
at the 18-yard
line. Bulldogs have a first down on the 17.
So Bland bringing it out of the 17, first down and 10. Georgia Military College. Chip Cooper, a couple of touchdown strikes a week ago. Second start of the season.
Chip Cooper bringing the Bulldogs out on offense.
And obviously, unless things just go terribly awry, Chip Cooper's got that number 1 spot nailed down. Traquan Jones in the backfield, too. Georgia Military College squad that put up better than 500 yards of offense last Saturday. And then their defense dynamite as well. Running room across the 25 on the opening carry for Jones.
Number 6 on the carry. Gain of about 6 yards, second and 4.
Pickup of 7 brings up a second down and 3 or thereabouts. On a second down carry, Cooper.
Cooper with a keeper.
Picking up about half of the yardage necessary to pick up the first.
We're moving the chains. We're moving the chains. First down, Bulldogs.
Check that. Got
First
enough for
down
the
Dogs
first.
on the 29.
On the knee touchdown, somewhere around the
And
27.
that offensive line, 61.
Umpires who've got a much better view than I says he's got the
Isaiah
first.
Turner, 62.
And the 6 will move it. His first down.
Jonathan Ashley,
10.
70. And
Jim
Jalen
Cooper,
Walker,
a little
75.
different output a week ago as compared to the norm in that he threw for more than he ran. And typically he's a guy that runs for more than he throws. As the pass is incomplete, at least we think it is a pass. And apparently the official is not so sure. And into the end zone, is it a
That looked
touchdown?
like it
Is
might
a
have been an
lateral?
incomplete pass.
Or is it an incomplete?
We're going to get there sooner or
Let's see what
later.
the officials have
It's an
decided.
incomplete pass.
And it's
Second
ruled
down.
incomplete. Boy, that's a
Second down for
big
the Dogs.
incompletion versus a lateral. And it'll be a second down. Second down and 10. Chip Cooper, 167 yards through the air, 46 on the ground a week ago in that 74-17 win over Jive Prep. Second down and 10. 6 different receivers caught passes a week ago. And it'll bring up a second down and 10 on the incompletion. Keeper by Cooper, and Cooper off to the races. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs on the board. Chip Cooper. Fake to Jones into the end zone. Bulldogs on the board first. And if you were looking for a little pick-me-up, you got it there. Long Cooper touchdown run. Perez trying to tack on the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, all good. Georgia Military on top early.
Roger Fresh Walters, number 1.
70-yard touchdown run. Just
Kyle
as
Weston.
I was
Also Trevor Burnett,
mentioning.
24.
Cooper passing for more yardage than he ran a week ago, already running for more yardage than he passed. And the 70-yard touchdown run has got Georgia Military on top. Very, very early in this one, by the way, and we have yet to see, obviously, the Iowa Western offense, and they are dynamite too, but nice way to start for Georgia Military. Kick return from the 3. Still on his feet to the 35, out to the 37-yard line. And that is where Iowa Western will begin things after the Roger Fresh Walters return. And there is a penalty flag.
Kamazi Washington,
And a
89
slightly
on that tackle,
injured
but they got up past the
Bulldog and
35-yard line.
needing a little assistance.
See a flag out there.
Coming to the sidelines.
Holding on the return team, number 45, 10 yards, first down.
And that assistance provided to Jabari
We're gonna
Baker.
Go back to the 15.
Well, a nice
Iowa
return, but
Western
the
on
penalty
the
yardage will
15-yard line.
nullify much of it. And Iowa Western will begin this drive at 15. Mark off for the point of infraction. By the way, yep, you got the one-man band again. Moi.
Pass incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Running a little
Back
camera,
on
doing a little
defense, Jorian
play-by-play.
Haynes.
Keeping up with
In the defensive
scoring
line
drives.
for the Bulldogs, you got Aiden Benton, number 90.
No, not patting
Ryan
the
Conway,
back, just,
91.
explaining when you see the
Amir Hopper,
boo-boos.
92, and Emmanuel
It's me.
Gamfield, number 99.
Incomplete pass from Hunter Deckers. Deckers is a seasoned quarterback, yet getting his first start as a Reaver. 2022, he was the starting quarterback for Iowa State. Threw for better than 3,000 yards. And had a little gambling controversy. Sat out 23. And back playing football as the starting quarterback for Iowa Western. Couple in the backfield, Deckers to pass. It is complete to Humpel, makes the catch inside the 20. He'll be dragged out of bounds at that point.
Corey Walker, number 1 on the tackle.
And a 3 and out for Iowa Western. A long, long way to go in this football game, but if you are the Bulldogs, you love the early start. A long
Darryl
touchdown
Bland
run from
Jr.
Cooper. You get the
Back
3
for
and
the
out
punt.
from Iowa Western. Bland back deep to receive. And there is a whistle and a flag. Handling the kicking chores, that is
Delay game.
Jonna DuPont.
Offense. 5 yards. 4th down.
Markov going against Iowa Western. It'll push him back another 5. Last year's kicker was also last year's field goal kicker. But it looks like Barticek has handed the punting duties to DuPont. And DuPont, the freshman, 5'11", 205, at least handling the chores on the opening kick for Iowa Western. Bland stands at his 40. Driven back inside the 35, over the shoulder catch. Bland turning it upfield, crosses the 40 to the 43.
81, Darryl Bland gets
And
up
that
to
is
about
where
the
Georgia
43
Military
yard
will start
line.
its second drive
Nice
of the football
return
game.
from Darryl Bland, number 81.
Congratulations, by the way, to Bayside Academy. Last night we were in Deatsville, Alabama. Bayside Academy winning their first of the season, a 32-14 win over Marbury. And then the other team that we covered yesterday in volleyball, Coastal North, wins. They maybe were the lucky charm this weekend. All right, maybe not. First down and 10 at the 43. Up the middle with a handoff, not a whole lot there. Gain of a
Traquan
yard.
Jones on the carry, number 6.
Maybe a yard and a half for Jones.
Picked up maybe a yard and a half or 2. Second down for the Dogs.
And it'll bring up
On
a
the
second down and
45.
8. Football at the 45-yard line. Opening stanza of play. Busy weekend in the NJCAA as far as football is concerned. Last week, the opening one for the Bulldogs, not particularly busy. Outside of the Dogs, a few games.
Down to about the
A handful, but not
43-yard
many.
line. Loss of a yard or 2.
This week, you have got a ton of games. Already a lot of games played on Thursday. At halftime, we'll check out scores from Thursday's competition. and a cartload of games being played today. Third down, 10. In motion is Flood. Cooper to pass. It is incomplete, intended for Flood.
Intended for Jalen Flood.
And a couple of 3-and-outs. One for the Reavers, one for the Bulldogs. And a punting situation for the Bulldogs. Back to do it is Cole Snyder, averaging 35 yards per kick. They'll travel out of bounds right about the 25, but you might see that right there at the 38. Little yellow hanky. And that means we're going one way or the other. Either Iowa Western will start their drive a little further back, or they'll get a little closer. I see a drone making its way into Davenport
Personal
Field.
foul on the return team. Continued participation without a helmet. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Well, another costly infraction for Iowa Western. And again, not particularly good field position. 2 consecutive kicks. One a kickoff, the other a punt. In which either the return or the spot of the ball has been changed based on an infraction. Deckers with Humpall in the backfield. And off given to Humpall. Humpall trying to break it to the outside. Extending the play. An excellent defensive pursuit by the Bulldogs, shoving him out of bounds right about the line of scrimmage.
Jordan McCray.
Humpall 808 yards a season ago.
Jarris Coney ran him out of bounds.
Got some offense back, got receivers back to the tune of a couple of guys who caught combined 32 passes.
Iowa Western.
But there is not a returning wide receiver that has caught a touchdown pass. All alone is Deckers. Gets rid of it over the middle. Dropped immediately. No gain, maybe even a loss of yardage on the play.
5'8" linebacker from Warner Robins.
And again, that is Walters.
225,
Stopped at the line of
Jarris
scrimmage.
Coney.
Tough defense for Georgia Military against
Third
Shimer
down
Prep.
coming up.
Negative 38 yards allowed rushing and about 197 passing from a team that threw the ball 85% of the time. That might be an offsides. Now the question becomes, were they drawn off or do they hop off undrawn? Either way, you're still looking at a third down, but it will be a third down.
Defense, number
and
90.
noticeably
5
shorter,
yards.
and it is
Still third down.
against the Bulldogs. Hunter Deckers, better than 10,000 prep yards. And 3,000 yards, as I mentioned, as the starting quarterback for Iowa State in 2022. Deckers to pass on a 3rd and short. Over the middle, it is dropped incomplete.
Pass intended, but Jarris Coney back there on defense. A little intimidating when you got
Cargill, the
225 staring in the face.
intended target.
Jarris Coney, 31.
And it'll bring up a 4th down. And uncharacteristically, another 3 and out for Iowa Western. Running catch made to the 48.
About our 47-yard line.
No return on the Keenan Phillips
Keenan
fair
Phillips
catch.
with the fair catch.
And Georgia Military will put their offensive unit on the turf for the third time in the game. In a 7-zip contest, Chip Cooper 70-yard touchdown run quickly happened on the opening drive.
Trayvon Kitchen
And about the fourth play, maybe the fifth, from scrimmage.
Georgia.
Cooper to pass. It is caught. What a snag. Over the shoulder grab by Keith Johnson. That was not bad defense. Just a super pass and catch.
Macon, Georgia, Rutland High School.
Down to the 22-yard line. Where it is first down and 10. And off, giving up the middle to Trayvon Kinchin.
Kinchin on the carry, number 2.
Kinchin might have squeaked out a yard. 76 yards last week, leading ground gainer for Georgia Military with a touchdown as well.
Second down and 9.
Gain of a yard brings up a second down and 9.
Liam Fordham in the game, tight
A
end.
little better than halfway through the stanza.
Number 43.
Cooper on the keeper. He'll be wrapped up and dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And it'll bring up a third down and long. Got some Davenport divots
Offside. Defense, number 4.
in the helmet. Well, had an offsides. Iowa Western. So it is still a third down, but it is a third down and noticeably more manageable.
It's going to be second down
As
and
the
about 3.
Bulldogs are
First down.
inside the red zone, make that a second down and very manageable. Nose of the football just shy of the 15. Inside 7 to play. Quarter number 1. Cooper pounding his way, trying to pick up the first and earn some more downs. And it looks like the officials
Third down and
bring him
1.
about a
Corey
yard
Stanley's
shy.
in the game at tight end, number 38.
Let's see if we get more of the same. Yep. I'm not sure that Cooper was planning on keeping it, but Kinchin
Bulldogs with
immediately
another
with a
first down.
block, so Cooper says, heck,
We're on the
let me dive
11-yard
towards the
line,
first down
heading
marker.
south.
He will,
Heading
picks
south.
up the first, and it is first and 10 at the 12. It just looked like there was going to be the option to Kitchen, but Kitchen just immediately went to block, so Cooper takes it, picks up the first, and for the Bulldogs, all's well that ends well. Cooper again on the carry.
Cooper on the carry. Might have picked up a couple of yards there. Second down and 8.
Well, that's 3 consecutive Cooper runs, which makes you wonder if he's setting up something. Like maybe trying to hit a Johnson or possibly trying to hit a Smith with a touchdown toss. Jones checking into the lineup. Cooper running the option. He'll run it in for 6.
Chip Cooper.
Chip Cooper's second touchdown of the afternoon.
What an athlete. Sylvester, Georgia.
And Georgia Military taking a 13-zip lead. By the way, another great crowd on here. Had a super crowd a week ago, the same this week. And they like what they are seeing thus far. Perez now 12 of 12 on the year. Bulldogs by 14.
Georgia Sports Medicine Center is proud to serve our Central Georgia athletes. We offer Georgia's most comprehensive team of sports medicine fellowship-trained surgeons. The well-trained staff is committed to the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Ortho Georgia is excited to support student athletics by providing a free sports injury clinic in the fall on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The staff at Ortho Georgia works together to customize your rehabilitation program to ensure a speedy return to your activity. Remember Ortho Georgia, your home for orthopedic excellence.
Georgia Military, an early 14-zip lead. 5 minutes, 15 seconds left to play in the opening stands with Chip Cooper with a couple of touchdown runs, one of 70 and one of 6. Return from the 8. Bounces way to the 27-yard line. And on the return is Trevor Burnett.
Washington on the tackle, and some help from number 20, Quan Floyd.
2 out of 3 Bulldog drives have resulted in 6.
26-yard line, 1st and 10.
And the 6 has been the compliments of Cooper. And the additional 2, the compliments of Perez. And Georgia Military with the 14-zip lead. Couple of receivers to both sides. Decker with Burnett in the backfield. 5:08 to play, opening quarter. Pass caught across the 32. And then driven backwards is Walters.
Jordan McCray on the tackle. Number 12. Also in that defensive backfield, the 13, Jabari Baker.
Gain of 4 brings up a 2nd down and 6.
Roberts, number 16. Yuri, number 26.
Warm day here in Georgia. 94 degrees. Last week, very pleasant. This week, not as much. Threading the needle, Deckers. Hitting a new target. And it's Keon Brown with the snag. Yeah, that'll become the first Iowa Western first down of the football game. And it comes at the 4:15 mark. Deckers again to pass. Pops it right between the 1 and the 0 on Titus Myers.
Pass complete up to about our 35-yard line.
And another first for Iowa Western. First down. Now first trip inside Bulldog territory.
First down, Western
to the 35-yard line. And if you put 6 on the board and then tack on the extra point, 14-7. Sure sounds a whole heck of a lot different than the current 14-zip. And, of course, you've still got 3 quarters and 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. Deckers again to pass. Strong rush. Able to avoid the would-be tackler. Lost it and then had to fall on it to avoid the Bulldogs finding it.
Aiden Benton. He wanted some of that. Aiden Benton.
Big play.
Second down, long yardage.
Benton. Loss of 5 back to the 41-yard line. And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 16. Clock running, inside 3 to play, quarter number 1. Deckers again to pass. Fires over the middle, complete. Wow. Walters. Positive yardage, but man, did he take a lick.
Number 8. What a hit. Jorian Haynes. Third down for Western. About 9 yards to go.
Brings up a 3rd down and 9. Deckers again over the middle. Walters again on the reception. He's got the first. He is inside the 15 down to the 14.
That's a first down for Western. Number 12 on the tackle, Jordan McCray. They're on our 14.
Almost exclusively, if not
exclusively
exclusively through the air, and Deckers has got Iowa Western at the 14. And that is out at the 1. Close to 6 on the toss to Myers. And Iowa Western, almost as if it took a drive or two to kind of get their legs underneath them. Get a feel for the game. First game of the year for Iowa Western. This drive has been impressive. And Deckers has the Reavers to the 1. Where it is 1st and goal. Trevor Burnett in the backfield. And you got an official's timeout, I believe. With 56 seconds remaining. Quarter number 1. Deckers following Burnett into the end zone for 6.
Iowa Western with a touchdown.
So all of the scoring in the opening stanza have come from the quarterbacks.
Number 8, Deckers Hunter.
Cooper with a couple of touchdowns for Georgia Military, and Deckers with a 1-yard plunge for Iowa Western. Extra point try from Barnachek, who a year ago was 46 of 53. And he will nail it. 14-7 Bulldogs. Deckers with a 1-yard touchdown run. Kick over to Phillips. He will make the grab at the 3. Out to about the 19-yard line. And that is where Georgia Military will take over. I know we say it often. Almost sounds like a cliche. What a big drive coming up. But for Georgia Military, this is big. Iowa Western putting 6 on the board, and then the 7th point on the Barnachek kick. And now, if you are Georgia Military, you want to show that you are unfazed by the TD. So not a significant drive from the perspective of a win or loss. Still got a long way to go in this one. Big psychological drive for both. First down and 10. Cooper with the give to Phillips, and Phillips bouncing into the outside, breaking tackles.
Keenan Phillips, number 8, what an effort. What an effort.
Oh, it looked like he was stopped to the line of scrimmage, and he said, not going to go down, and picks up 6.
Second down and 4. Phillips from Bainbridge, Georgia.
And let's see if we get another play before the first comes to an end. They've started the game clock. They have started the play clock. It does look like the Bulldogs will try to snap it one more time. Cooper up the middle, might have gained a yard.
Cooper on the carry.
They're going to swap sides of the field, and when we come back, it will be a third down and short for Georgia Military, carrying a 7-point lead into the second.
The pathways to opportunities are endless at Georgia Military College. Since 1879, we have transformed students into effective leaders and engaged citizens, grounded in civility and respect for others. Whether you want a traditional college experience, something closer to home, or education online that suits your schedule, Georgia Military College is committed to helping you succeed. Start here. Go anywhere.
We're going to call that third down and a long one.
Third down and short, football just shy of the 30. Georgia Military trying to keep this drive that is a responding drive to the score by Iowa Western. Sure looks like Cooper's got the first, and he will fall forward to the 35 and pick up the first and move the chains.
Move those chains over there, chain gang. First down, Dogs.
So first down and 10.
35-yard line.
35-yard line. Well, it's been Deckers and Cooper thus far, with all the scoring, with the exception of Bartachek and Perez. The two kickers. 14-7, Georgia Military College lead. Barely into the second. And a reminder that at halftime we talked with Ashley Bunn, Georgia Military softball coach. A yard, maybe two.
Keenan Phillips on the carry.
On the carry by Phillips. A reminder, too, by the way, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, we would love for you to do so. Trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. I think we're like at 48-something. So if you would subscribe, we would reach the goal. We'd be happy. You'd know we're happy. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Cooper on the keeper. He'll be wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage.
Cooper, about a loss of one. Third down, Bulldogs.
Loss of a yard, bringing up a third down and long. Bulldogs have got to cross the 45 to pick up the first. They are currently just shy of the 34. So it is approximately a 3rd and 11 for Cooper and company. And I'll give it to Phillips. Phillips got running room. He'll get the first. He'll get more inside Iowa Western territory.
First down.
Element of surprise and a 3rd and long. Iowa Western anticipating the pass.
We're up to their 45-yard line. First down.
The Bulldogs will go to the run game. Phillips picking up the first down to the 45. And Jones will check back into the lineup for GMC.
Traquan Jones back in the game.
Hey, also coming up in the ball game, third stanza. We'll take your shout-outs. Now, I know you can shout out anytime you like on YouTube, but we will audibilize your shout-outs in the third. And I've given to Jones. Back to the line of scrimmage, and
Jones
maybe
carry might have got back to the line of scrimmage.
The width of a football in
Second
game.
down and about 10 for the Dogs.
Second and long. Inside Iowa Western Territory. And I mentioned the great crowd. Yeah, I'm looking out on the second floor of the press box window. Stands full. Folks standing. Second consecutive week that there has really been a nice crowd. Cooper
Chip
keeps
Cooper dives for about 6 yards.
Makes it a far more manageable third down. Well, if you're watching JUCO players that you anticipate having a great year, I'm thinking you might want to add Chip Cooper to that list. 200 yards of total offense, rushing and throwing a week ago. A couple of TDs through the air. Today he's got to be right at 100 yards rushing already. Well, not a whole lot of running room on the first down for Jones. And it'll bring up a fourth down. And you were in a situation here if you're the Bulldogs. How much do you gain out of a punt? I mean, if you can pin them deep, but if you don't, it goes into the end zone, bring it out. You gained about 18 yards. Long field goal, it would be about a 55-yarder. So they will go for it on a 4th and 3. Cooper got the option to run or pass, and he will run for the first.
Got that first down up to about the 30-yard line. Little option play there. Chip Cooper.
So Cooper with the first, and the drive continues.
One right there.
A big third down conversion earlier, now a big fourth down conversion. And it is first down and 10 at the 31. Cooper to pass. Over the middle. Batted in the air. Incomplete.
Intended for number 85
and
for the
we'll
Dogs.
bring up a second down and 10.
Tarver.
Ricardo Tarver, the intended target.
Second down and 10.
Brings up a second down and 10. Off field, Trenton Smith. Checking into the lineup is Lee Niles for Georgia Military. 155 in the football program. Not that many dressed out. Don't have that many jerseys. Cooper keeps it, gets to the 30 and pounds his way down to about the 27.
Cooper on the carry. Gain of 4 yards. Third down and 7.
Bringing up a third down and 7. Now you get into that territory, if you don't pick up the first, where you contemplate a field goal.
Game for the Dogs, number 8.
Perez with one field goal a week ago, hit it from 36 yards out. Televast in motion. Cooper to pass. Fires, got a target open into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia Military.
Tarver from Chip Cooper. Number 85, Tarver.
Ricardo Tarver.
Play and a touchdown for the Bulldogs. That's a scramble. Y'all remember old Fran Tarkington, don't you?
Looked like there were opportunities for Iowa Western to drop Cooper. but somehow avoided the rush. And then finds Tarver. And a 27-yard touchdown strike has put the Bulldogs back out in front by a couple of scores. Perez through the uprights.
Perez with the point after. Bulldogs 21, Western 7.
A 2-touchdown Bulldog lead.
The final episode of the Pest Control Guys. It's the competition that could win them the biggest contract of their life for Karen Moneybags. You won't believe what happens when we let the guys inside the house. It's 3 guys up for 1 contract. Only one can say, I do accept the contract. Next on the Pest Control Guys. Sponsored by Bug House Pest Control. Protect your house with Bug House.
The first non-quarterback score of the ball game. Of course, quarterback playing a role. Cooper, the 27-yard touchdown strike to Tarver. Slipping, I thought a knee touchdown at the 9, and it did.
Jorian Haynes with a little assist on the out of bounds.
Jackson Cherry could not keep his footing. And the knee touched right about the 9.
Western on their 10-yard line.
And that's where Iowa Western will take over first down and 10.
Quarter.
Well, there's a couple of things you got to love about the drive by Georgia Military at the first Iowa Western TD. And that is the score. And then the other, that it took some time off the board. That was a rather time-consuming drive. And Hunter Deckers has already shown that he can get Iowa Western down the field quickly, so you want to take as much time as you can away from Deckers.
99 on that tackle. That's big. Emmanuel
Burnett on the
Hampton.
carry for 2.
Lawrenceville, Georgia, 99.
Brings up a second down and 8.
Taquavius Holland back in the game, number 93.
Humpel is the guy that ran for 800
Mike
yards
Conaway, 91.
a year ago as a freshman for Iowa Western, but we haven't seen much of him since that opening drive. Deckers to pass, complete over the middle to Walters, and he will make his way to the 31.
Jordan McCray on the tackle, good for a Western first down.
Walters
about
becoming
their
the favorite
30-yard
target
line.
of Deckers. Picks up the first of the 31, giving Iowa Western some breathing room. First down and 10. Deckers again, scanning the field. Got a target wide open down the field. Somebody missed an assignment. And a quarterback like Deckers will make you pay.
Keenan Brown with the touchdown for Western.
69-yard touchdown strike.
And Deckers Hunter.
And Iowa Western is back within a TD. Did I mention it does not take long for Deckers? Keon Brown on the 69-yard toss. Extra point kick, good as well.
The pathways to opportunities are endless at Georgia Military College. Since 1879, we have transformed students into effective leaders and engaged citizens, grounded in civility and respect for others. Whether you want a traditional college experience, something closer to home, or education online that suits your schedule, Georgia Military College is committed to helping you succeed. Start here. Go anywhere.
Georgia Military back into that same scenario they were a drive ago, wanting to put together a drive that responds to the score by Iowa Western. Fair catch called for, and that'll bring it out to 25, I do believe.
All right, we're going to take the ball on the
And that is where Georgia Military will take over first down and 10.
Phillips back there at the catch.
Next week on JockJive, got volleyball on Monday and Wednesday. Meridian College and Coastal Alabama South on Monday. Enterprise State and Coastal Alabama North on Wednesday.
All right, now let's let these dogs hear
Football
it.
on
Let's
Friday,
let
Orange
them do this
Beach
7
and
minutes.
Bayside Academy.
Let's let them hear it.
And then next Saturday, we're going to the Lone Star State. Tyler. The Apaches and the Bulldogs will have it for you
Lee Niles
right here.
back there in the backfield.
7:11 to play in the half. And no running room up the middle, as a matter of fact. Lost yardage on the play.
Traquan Jones on the carry. They're saying he picked up a yard. Second down and, no, he lost. Second
So he
down
will
and
lose
about
3.
14.
Got that new feature, by the way, in college football, in junior college and college. 2-minute warning.
Second and long.
So we
about
are
22,
4 minutes and
21
30
yard
seconds away from a mandatory break on a second down and 14. Cooper to pass. How did he avoid the rush, and how did he almost pick up the
Cooper
first?
on the carry, flag on the play.
There is a flag, and that could be a hold. Somebody trying to protect the quarterback. Let's see what the official is going to indicate.
Personal foul, face mask.
That's face mask.
Defense, number 56, 15 yards from the end of
Charged
the run.
Iowa Western.
Automatic.
Be
first
tacked
down.
on to the end of the run
Hey, that's a Bulldog first down, guys.
and give the Bulldogs the
Yes, sir, we're
first.
heading north. We're on our 46-yard line.
Well, Dogs want to score and want to consume time. First down and 10. And I'll give it to Jones. And Jones will pound his way across
Traquan
midfield
Jones
to the
fights his
49.
way past the 50. I think we're going to be about on their 49-yard line. Traquan Jones.
So Jones with a gain of right at 5. And if the Bulldogs could do that every play, I think they'd be perfectly content. Just chip away 5 yards a peck.
Second down and 5.
Take time off the clock, pick up positive yardage, first downs. Cooper with a second and 5. And off again to Jones. Jones
on
this
the
time
carry.
for 3, bringing up a third down and short. Jones a year ago, 400 plus yards for these Bulldogs. Hurry up offense. And Cooper will keep it pound forward. Count on the big Bubbas to try to move that line enough to pick up the first, and this will depend upon the spot. And it looks like we've got an injured Bulldog. Looking at the ankle. That looks like a 7-0, but I cannot say for sure. Obviously, the bad news, he's down. Bad news is they are working on the ankle.
Looks
the
like a
good
first
news
down. We want to
is
see how this injured player is
not the
going to
knee.
do. That's Ashley, I think. Yeah, Jonathan Ashley.
It
Looks
is
like
Jonathan
he's going to be
Ashley.
okay. All right, number 70.
And he's trotting to the sidelines, and that's
Jonathan
all
Ashley.
a good sign.
Looks like he's going to be all right. Thank goodness.
He's going to head into the trainer's tent, apparently. Well,
So we're first
I
and
guess
10
it's
on
an
their
invisible tent.
44-yard
They
line.
used to have a tent down there. Well, today it's a trainer's table.
4:59, second quarter.
And it was enough for the first on the Cooper carry. Line of scrimmage, the 44. First down and 10, Georgia Military. Cooper keeps it, trying to pop it through a little seam and could not.
Chip Cooper on the carry. Might have lost a yard. Second down coming up.
A reminder at halftime, we're talking softball with Ashley Bunn, head softball coach at Georgia Military. Bulldogs are going to eat as much time off the clock as they can. Play clock is inside 20. I would assume they'd like to get it down to about 5 before snapping the football. As I've mentioned, Deckers, especially in the last couple of drives, has shown how effective he is at running a 2-minute offense. Yeah, the Bulldogs want to keep the ball, and they want to keep the ball away from Deckers. Cooper dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
Cooper down back to about the 50-yard line, 49.
But now the Bulldogs may be worked into a situation where they've got to put the ball upstairs. Have been effective, though. Got a touchdown strike to Tarver. Had the big pass play to Johnson. Handoff given to Jones, and Jones trying to break tackles, can't.
Jones on the carry.
And the Bulldogs picked up some firsts. Able to run some time off the clock, but the ultimate goal of scoring, they do not.
Cole Snyder, number 46, back to do the punting.
Cole Snyder to kick. Deep to receive is Lucci Fedone.
Lucci back deep for Western.
And you got a timeout asked for by Iowa Western.
Out. Defense.
2:24 left in the half. Bulldogs up by a touchdown.
Hey, we want to recognize some of our sponsors while we have a minute. And of course, Pickle Barrel Cafe and the Jaworski family.
Iowa Western 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Still left in their covey of clock stoppers. It's a pretty good looking kick. Does go into the end
That
zone.
was one beautiful punt. Wow. Cole
About a
Snyder
49-yard
took a
effort.
boot to that.
20 of it will come back.
That was about as good a punt as you're going to see right there.
And Iowa Western will take over first down and 10 at the
But
20.
they're going to get it on the 20.
And have 2:16 left in the half.
20, first and 10 with 2:16 in the quarter.
And Bulldog fans not trying to bring up bad memories, but Bulldogs scored with 8:28 to play in the second. And 1 minute and 17 seconds later,
Baker back there on defense, number 13.
Decker had Iowa Western in the end zone. First down and 10. Decker over the middle. And it is caught at midfield.
What a catch, number 10. Titus
Myers.
Titus Myers on the catch.
And we
2
are
minute
down
timeout.
to the 2-minute warning. 50 yards away from a tie. Georgia Military with 2 minutes to play in the half.
Hey, you cadets, if you're interested in earning your back. Going to recognize some very special folks at halftime.
2 minutes away from the half, and Iowa Western 7 away from tying the ball game. And about 50 yards away from Painter. Georgia Military would love to create a turnover here. Deckers getting plenty of time to look the field over. And that has resulted in a couple of scores. And the ball at midfield with 2 minutes to go in the half. Deckers to pass. Fires incomplete.
Incomplete. 13 on defense.
Just a little too tall with the toss.
Jabari Baker.
And it'll bring up a second down and 10 at midfield.
Second and 10 for Western from the 50.
And don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. Heck, would love to do that today. Should be a subscribe button nearby. And if you would subscribe, we would be tickled. Bulldogs looking for the pass, and instead get the run.
Coney tripped him up along with number
Pickup of the
13,
first by Daniel Swinney.
Baker, but that's a Western first down.
And Iowa Western inside Bulldog territory at the 35.
34-yard line.
Deckers to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Dumps it late over the middle. Inside the 10, down to the 8 goes Walters.
Barry Jones on the tackle, number 5.
And is there a timeout or an injury? There is a Bulldog down. But he's up. And apparently it is simply a timeout. 1:27 left in the half. Iowa Western trying to head into the locker room with as many TDs as the Bulldogs.
injured player was Jordan McCray. Looks like he might be okay.
Football at the 8. 1st and goal, Iowa Western. Deckers throws towards the corner of the end zone. It is nearly picked off. Jorian Haynes. Almost.
Good defense out there. Jorian Haynes, number 8.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and goal. 1 minute 16 left in the first half of play. Handoff given up the middle, diving towards the end zone and in from 9 yards out. That is Daniel
Daniel in the end zone for the Western.
And Iowa Western is an extra point kick away. A Bartachek try away from tying the game. Bartachek, 2 for 2. As I mentioned, 46 of 53 a year ago. Out of the hold of Jonna DuPont. And we are tied
up
at 21.
Georgia Sports Medicine Center is proud to serve our Central Georgia athletes. We offer Georgia's most comprehensive team of sports medicine fellowship-trained surgeons. The well-trained staff is committed to the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Ortho Georgia is excited to support student athletics by providing a free sports injury clinic in the fall on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The staff at Ortho Georgia works together to customize your rehabilitation program to ensure a speedy return to your activity. Remember Ortho Georgia, your home for orthopedic excellence.
Iowa Western, 3 first-half scores. Georgia Military, 3 first-half scores. As the football is brought out to the 16-yard line, and that is where Georgia Military will have 60 seconds to try to find Painter. Phillips on the return.
Phillips, number 8.
And let's see what the Georgia Military College game plan
1 minute,
is.
we're going to start from our 17-yard
With 60 seconds
line.
to play in the half.
1st and
Are
10.
you content in a 21-all game? Or do you try to get in a position to put points on the board before heading into the locker room at halftime? And what you definitely want to do is avoid the turnover and allow the momentum to take a huge shift to the other side of the field. And a timeout on the field.
GMC.
Asked for by GMC.
The pathways to opportunities are endless at Georgia Military College. Since 1879, we have transformed students into effective leaders and engaged citizens, grounded in civility and respect for others. Whether you want a traditional college experience, something closer to home, or education online that suits your schedule, Georgia Military College is committed to helping you succeed. Start here. Go anywhere.
1 minute left to play in the half. Doesn't look like a formation that would suggest the Bulldogs are going to call it quits for the final 60 seconds of the half. Playing it safe. Cooper on the carry. And it looks like the Bulldogs are going to go to the safe side of things. Run one more play, call it a half, go into the locker room tied at 21. Cooper on a 2nd and 9. Gets rid of it over the middle. Well, I guess we're going back to the element of surprise. Thinking it was clock running out, first half ending. And instead, Cooper going upstairs. Now, especially based on the fact that Cooper nearly got dropped for a big loss. And then, of course, you got, if that were to happen, Iowa Western calling a timeout. And a lot of things could change. I'm leaning towards running the half out. Let us see what Cooper does. And I've given to Jones. Jones spins to the outside and brought down at the 28. Did he pick up enough to convince Georgia Military to possibly try something with 7 seconds remaining? Well, there's a penalty flag too. So let's see if additional yardage is tacked on or if it's coming back. It is a holding infraction. And I got a feeling
offense.
Iowa Western is going
10
to
yards from the previous spot.
prefer that the
Third down.
yardage be marked off rather than take the play.
Correction, spot of the foul.
Seven seconds left in the half. Ashley Bunn at halftime. What a game, by the way. 21 each. Number 1 and number 11. We have had everything you could ask for from this near top 10 matchup. And that should run the game clock out. The officials stop it with a tick left. And I think he has now indicated that is the half. I think.
Timeout on the field.
No, got a timeout.
Iowa Western, their second timeout.
Iowa Western. So apparently Iowa Western going, well, heck, if you're going to run the football and there's the possibility of a drop and a loose ball and we're inside the 20, only 18 yards away from Painter, we'll call a timeout and see what happens on a 4th and 10.
The final episode of the Pest Control Guys. It's the competition that could win them the biggest contract of their life for Karen Moneybags. You won't believe what happens when we let the guys inside the house. It's 3 guys up for 1 contract. Only one can say, I do accept the contract. Next on the Pest Control Guys. Sponsored by Bug House Pest Control. Protect your house with Bug House.
Fourth down and 10. Georgia Military is not going to punt the football. I would assume Chip Cooper is going to run around a little bit and let the 3 seconds tick off the clock. You don't want any time left, giving, say, Iowa Western an opportunity to bring a field goal unit on and Barticek being able to kick a field goal. So Cooper will try to eat up the last 3 seconds, steps back. Then need a turn. Waiting for that horn to sound. Clock was over towards his right, so he couldn't really kind of look over to the clock, so he was waiting to hear the horn.
now
it
for our
sounds and puts it
special
in
halftime presentation.
to the half.
Dr. Jeff Wells,
Man, if you like your football
Laura
good,
Thompson going to
then you
join us
loved
at the
the first half of
50-yard
this
line.
one. 21 each at the half.
Got me falling hard, sweet baby, got me falling hard for you. It's you, I felt this way before, you know it's true. It's you, you got me more and more. Oh, you got me falling hard.
Georgia Sports Medicine Center is proud to serve our Central Georgia athletes. We offer Georgia's most comprehensive team of sports medicine fellowship-trained surgeons. The well-trained staff is committed to the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Ortho Georgia is excited to support student athletics by providing a free sports injury clinic in the fall on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The staff at Ortho Georgia works together to customize your rehabilitation program to ensure a speedy return to your activity. Remember Ortho Georgia, your home for orthopedic excellence.
Our mission is to educate the public on the negative
It is
effects
halftime of the
caused by
half.
liver
It is a 21 each
and
ball
to
game.
encourage beautification
Georgia Military and
efforts.
Iowa Western.
Also at the 50-yard
Scoring went
line,
this way in
we
the
have
first
River
half.
of Life
13-14 to play. In the opening stands, Chip Cooper with a
Now, these
70-yard
girls represent about 10
touchdown
different
run.
stages. You have
Perez kicks
Martin,
good,
Diane,
and the Bulldogs
Autumn.
up by 7.
And they build
5:15 to
for
go in the same
people.
stanza. Cooper again, this time
So we want to
from
give
6
them a
yards
big
out.
hand. The River of Life
Extra
girls,
point again, good,
Diane,
14-0.
Autumn.
Bulldogs, and with 42 seconds remaining in the first,
Appreciate everything you guys
Hunter
do to
Deckner's a
make our
1-yard
community
touchdown
better.
run. Iowa Western gets on the
Thank you
board.
so much.
Barnachek with the extra point kick. It's a 14-7 game after 1.
Keep
In the
Georgia
second,
Ball Beautiful has done an amazing
8:28
job
to
over the
play
past year by creating a
in
number
the
of
stands at Tarmer, a
campaigns
27-yard
like
touchdown
the
strike
Gospel
from
Road,
Cooper.
which has made an immediate impact
Perez tacks on the
our
extra
community.
point,
Their
and it's a
goal is to inspire
21-7 lead,
beautification
Georgia
of our
Military.
community, not just serve as
And then
a
back-to-back,
track
unanswered
If you're a
Iowa
member of a
Western
group,
touchdowns.
organization, church,
Brown, a 69-yard
sports team,
touchdown
and
strike from
individual
Deckers.
that would like to support this
Barnachek's
effort,
kick
please
good,
visit
21-14, and with
Ball
68 seconds to go in the half.
page to get more
Swinney with a
information. Thanks,
9-yard
guys, for
touchdown
all you
run
do
for
to keep
Iowa
our
Western.
community
Barnachek the extra point kick. And here we are at the half in a 21-all game. Big thank you to all the folks that make our coverage possible week in and week out. Folks like CBiz, Gordon Perlman Sports, Enos Legal, the auto accident firm. Also a big thank you to Pickle Barrel. You want a place to go after the game, a place to enjoy other games. On this, basically the start. The last week we had a few games, but this week everybody practically everyone playing pickle barrel. Great place to do it on a warm August afternoon. Might want to check out a Coke. Got bugs in the house, then get Bug House. Thank you to Ortho Georgia, the orthopedic specialists. And a reminder that the Release the Dogs fundraiser ongoing. And you can help out the athletic program at Georgia Military with a gift. Halftime and a conversation with softball head coach Ashley Bunn, 30 seconds away. Well, every year during football season, we get the opportunity to have a halftime conversation with the softball coach, Ashley Bunn. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Harry.
I am doing good as well. First of all, thank you very much for talking with us. We haven't spoken, I guess, except via email since the end of the softball season in May. Ended a little prematurely, darn it. Wanted to move a little further, but, you had a great season. Reflect on the 24 campaign, and I know you're disappointed. You remind me, I'm going to tell you, remind me of a coach who I won't give the name, but she absolutely hates losing. And you kind of remind me of her. So tell me about your assessment of last year.
Well, I guess that's a good thing to remind you of. She's a smart woman then.
That's right.
We started out our regular season pretty tough. We went 0-5 to begin with right out the gate. And it seemed like every tournament that we went to, we were playing the top teams there. Everybody was ranked. So we had a lot of obstacles that we had to make it through and find our way. So our beginning of our season was a little bit rocky at times, but the girls fought hard, and I was really proud of them. And that's the only reason we made it as far as we did, was just because they kept their head up, kept treading and pushing and working through those things and coming out on top. At one point during the season, we were leading the conference. The last game of the season, just about, we lost first place and ended up in second, to a really good ABAC team who's now gone to NAIA. But you've been around it long enough to know that once you make it to the tournament, it's really anybody's thing. It's who gets hot at the right time. And unfortunately, the ball just didn't fall our way. I thought my pitchers threw really well. Losing 2 one-run games, 3-2 and 3-2 is not what I would have expected or even put money on going in. But sometimes that's just the way it goes. And AVAC and Gordon and even East Georgia, all the teams that were there fought really hard. So it was really competitive. It was a good tournament to be a part of. Obviously we had 10 sophomores last year. So for all 10 of them, I would have loved the opportunity for them to been able to keep playing forward and have the chance to go to nationals. It just unfortunately wasn't in the cards for us.
We're coming up on the fall ball season for Georgia Military College softball. So I want to go back a year ago to fall ball, and you ending fall ball. Do you get kind of a feel for how the team is going to fare in the spring? And last fall, were you a little concerned, or did you feel good going into the year?
I felt pretty good. We had about 19 players on our team. We ended up finishing the season with 15 last year. And then we had several injuries. So, obviously that changes things. You have a couple of kids this isn't really what they thought it would be, and so that kind of changes things for you as your season goes along, depending on when they decide to walk away, So I still felt good. We had Hudson and Caitlin both returning on the infield. You had Bella, who we knew could hit, and just figuring out what spot for her would be best, defensively, or whether she would just be an offensive weapon for us. We had 2 catchers returning. We had, two outfielders returning. And by the end of the season last year, we ended up with all sophomores starting.
Wow.
So we lost every starting position is what we lost from last year. So in the fall, you're playing all 4-year schools. So you're trying to see what you have, obviously compared stacked up to them, but you use the fall to see what you have and put pieces together and figure out who works well together. And so I was pretty confident going in, just like I said, it's not that we played bad. It's not, none of those things. It just unfortunately didn't, and it's not like we gave up a lot of home runs in that tournament. It's just weak ground balls that made it through somehow. So you can't plan on those, can't predict them. But that's why you play the game. That's why you put your cleats on and your belt and your hats, and you go out there and you compete. So.
Well, reflecting again on fall ball, though, is that feeling that you've got going into spring after you've wrapped up your fall session, has it historically been accurate, or does fall ball really even give you a really clear sign as to what's going to happen in the spring?
I think it gives you an idea. Sometimes it hasn't always been accurate. We've played some falls and it looked like, who'd have thunk it? And I was like, oh, no, what are we going to do? It's going to be a long season. And then we end up winning, more games than you ever win in a regular season. So you got to, when you're going into fall ball and you're playing those teams, you have to really worry about what your team is bringing to the table and not what the teams that you're playing. I mean, playing these 4-year schools, they've got kids that have played together for a long time. They've got kids that are older and more experienced and don't have to really learn everything just like yours do. Like this year, we have 12 new players coming in. And like I just said, we have no returning starters from last year. So we're all brand new. So you have to really look at things two-sided. Like, yeah, we did bad in that, but did we do bad in that because of where we're playing or who we're playing, or can we get better in those situations? So you kind of can't be like, yeah, we're going to be great. Or no, we're not going to be great, depending on who we're playing. You just kind of got to get a feel for things sometimes. So, and it kind of helps you creating your starting lineup, I guess, because we get to start early in January. We only have about 2 weeks so we can practice, but it's always evolving. It's never the lineup that you have on January 24th that you're going to have at the tournament in May.
All right, where this class is concerned, the freshmen that you've never seen on a Georgia Military College diamond before, but you've seen them obviously play at the prep level. You have seen them in practice. How do you feel about the freshmen?
I'm excited about them. Like I said, they're walking into great opportunity, having every spot wide open. You've got some that have we've got some speed, we got some power, pitching. We got 3 pitchers who are completely different from each other, so that'll be beneficial, moving forward. But it's wide open, and so to be able to watch them all compete, I think is going to be the fun part and the hard part. I got no set ideas of what I think people might be. They'll come in, but it gives them the opportunity to come in and surprise me.
Has this been the first year for you as a coach to coach a team where every position will feature a freshman?
Yes, sir.
It is.
I have 4 sophomores. 5 sophomores. I have 4 returning and 1 transfer. So, the sophomores will have their opportunities as well. One of them, Mackenzie Maddox, would have played, every game last year had she not have gotten hurt. Alyssa Jones did see a good amount of time between first pitching and as our DH. So they have played. There is some experience between them. It's just not every day, all day, starting experience. So there could still be sophomores in the lineup, and I fully expect there to be. It just means that everybody will be new. You'll be learning a lot of new names next time we see you.
Hey, I'm good with that. I got to ask this because it's interesting that I had a conversation just really a few moments ago with a gentleman about the changing attitudes, the difference of the athlete today as compared to years gone by. You've been coaching now for what, about, 2 or 3 years? Okay, 10 or 15 years.
Yes, sir.
So the athlete has changed over the course of time. Have you changed in coaching where these new athletes are concerned, or is it more the athlete adapts to your coaching style, or is it a combination of the two?
I think it has to be a combination of the two. You have to. I have a new assistant coach this year, and part of what she's having to learn is how to interact with the players. You can't coach your shortstop the same way you can coach your first baseman or your pitcher. Everybody's a little different, but also they have their own styles. They have their own weaknesses and strengths, and their attitudes, I guess, is and not a bad attitude. I don't mean that in a bad way, but you have to learn that about them. Like, I can coach one kid. I could coach Lily Griffith one way, and I had to coach Hudson a different way. They weren't the same kid. And so part of coaching is just learning that and figuring out how you can coach each kid. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have to change my coaching style. I can just teach each kid differently. Some of them I can push a little bit harder. Some of them push themselves so hard they don't need me to push them, and they need me to be more supportive of them, not hard on them. I don't think I've so much changed what I teach, but yes, how you teach it has definitely had to evolve.
2025, what is an acceptable year for Ashley Bunn?
Well, I mean, anything less than a national championship is unacceptable, right?
That's right. Well, now, okay, with ABAC gone, and in the years gone by, at least the last 3, 4, 5 years, though Georgia Highlands at one point was in with that top-tiered mix too. But over the course of the last 3 or 4 years, it's been ABAC, Gordon, and Georgia Military College. Does that mean it is Gordon and Georgia Military College that are the powers this year, or is it kind of more parity in the conference?
I'm not really sure. We've got several new coaches in our conference this year. We'll have some new coaches at some different teams, which they'll bring some different things to the table that we haven't seen before this year. All 6 teams are going to get to make it to the conference tournament. So that'll be a little bit different than we've had in the last couple of years. It was when I first got here, 6 teams made it, but now we go back to 6. So it gives everybody that opportunity to get there and fight for something. Georgia Highlands last year, they were only 1 game out really from being able to make that tournament. And East, I believe, has several of their players back, and they had a good little squad. So in junior college, you're turning over every 2 years. So it's always a fight. So.
Coach, congratulations on another great year. How many wins now? I know it's 400 plus. How many exactly?
I don't know.
You do not know how many wins. That's interesting too, because the coach I was talking about previously that hates losing.
Yes, sir.
She didn't know her wins either. She knew exactly how many losses there had been though, and she was not happy with that. So I got a feeling if I said, well, how many losses, you might know that number, but I won't bring it up. Because
between
we're
2 and 300
winning year.
I mean, it's okay. You lose, so
that's right. I mean, and really, losing is part of the winning in kind of a strange kind of way.
You can learn some through losing if you allow yourself to.
Coach, great year. Looking for the same in 2025. Look forward to the softball come January. And thank you for being our guest at halftime.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. Go Bulldogs.
$21 apiece here at the half. Let's see if we can take a quick look at scores elsewhere. Thursday, Coffeyville beat Kansas Westland JV 35-zip. Holmes a 48-31 win over Southwest Mississippi. Mississippi Gulf Coast 34-28 over East Mississippi. Jones beats Mississippi Delta 41-9. Pearl River edges Northwest Mississippi 24-23. Dodge City over Tyler. Next week's opponent for the Bulldogs 2017. East Central 23-14 winner over Northeast Mississippi. Itawamba knocks off Hines 10-7. Colin knocking off Kahoma 47-zip. And it was Hutchinson defeating New Mexico Military by a 40-10 final. And let's see if we've got anything at all we can report on today. Lackawanna, 36-zip lead over Palmetto Collegiate. 11 seconds to play in the half. Navarro, 33-7 over Garden City. 12 seconds to play in the third. And, of course, here it is halftime, and we are tied at 21.
The pathways to opportunities are endless at Georgia Military College. Since 1879, we have transformed students into effective leaders and engaged citizens, grounded in civility and respect for others. Whether you want a traditional college experience, something closer to home, or education online that suits your schedule, Georgia Military College is committed to helping you succeed. Start here. Go anywhere.
$21 apiece as we get third quarter action underway. By the way, you see a little extra tacked onto your scoreboard. And for those of you who are Georgia Military College viewer veterans, you know the process as it is brought out of the end zone, a yard deep. Walters across the 30. And he'll be dropped at the 31-yard line. And that's where Iowa Western will take over. First down and 10.
Desai Jones.
Time to get into shout-outs in the third stanza. In a 21 apiece game. And for our newcomers, shout-outs. I know you can shout out anytime you like on YouTube, and we encourage that. Feel free. Keep doing it. But if you want us to audibilize, this is the only time I think I get to use that term, audibilize. If you want us to audibilize your shout-outs, then there's the number to text them to. Now, generally speaking, we get a call or two. Humpull on the carry. Out to the 38 with a gain of 8. But we're looking for text. I mean, I would love to talk, but got a little football to call. And, of course, you know I'm a one-man band, so I'm going to try to get the shout-outs in, the camera done, run my mouth, all in the span of 15 minutes in the third stanza. But here's what we're looking for in your shout-out. Who's it to? Deckers to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Dropped at the 37.
35.
That's how you can effectively defend Deckers. If you can get him to run the football, or if you don't give him time to look over the field. You give him time to look over the field, and he hurts you. Brings up a third down and 2. All right, shout-outs. Who's it to? Who's it from? Where are you watching from? If you got a little watch party going on, love to have a photo. Pull on the carry, got the first. He'll make his way inside Georgia Military College territory.
12 and 31. Jordan
Didn't get many carries in the first half.
But that's
So he is basically a fresh set of
on our
legs.
47-yard line.
Churns his way to the 47. But if you'll stick all of that in the form of a text, a shout out to whomever, tell us who's sending the shout out. Give us a location, pass caught. Dropped at the 39-yard line is Titus Myers. But another big first down play, gain of 9.
On the tackle. 2nd and 1.
Okay, did I cover it all? Who's it to? Who's it from? What is it? Where's it from? And if you got a watch party going on, snap a photo, send it to. And we'll do it all third quarter long. Deckers to Humble. Pounds his way to the 29.
Jordan McCray on the stop.
And Iowa Western, their opening drive of half number 2
Western
to the 29. They, by the way, receiving the kickoff to begin the second half because the Bulldogs opted to receive the first half kickoff after winning the coin toss. Shout out to number 73, Peyton McDonald, Iowa Western Center. Please, we are at his parents sitting in the hospital watching in Omaha. Man, we hate that you are there in the hospital. We're delighted you're watching, and definitely, and thank you for the photo, too. Pull on the carry. On a first down carry, that is the first down carry for not much yardage for Iowa Western. But hope that hospital stay is short-lived.
From our 30-yard line.
Texting from Bartow, Florida. Let's go Traquan Jones. From Big Cuz and Big Brother, there is an injured Bulldog. And I think that is the same injured Bulldog from earlier in the game, was it not? No, I think that was Jonathan Ashley. This is Aiden Benton. And there was a dog I noticed coming out of the locker room at halftime who had ice on the knee and the jersey all. And it was a number 1, but of course the question is, was it a number 1 on defense or offense? I'm thinking it was on defense, which would be Ja'Cory Walker. So Benton, okay, brings up a second down and 10. Good here from the commissioner of the GCAA, Dave Elner. Watching, I would assume, from the GCAA headquarters. They're in Demarest. Deckers to pass. It is complete. Over the middle.
Anthony
that
Carter
goes to Thomas.
On the tackle. Third about 3 for Western.
334-488-1385 shout-outs. All third stanza long. And I know, based on just looking at YouTube, there's a few more than just a handful of folks watching. So shout at us. Mid-level drop to the 25.
Coney. Coney ran him down.
That is Luci Fedoni. And it'll bring up a 4th down and a 4th and 5. Football to the 25. Shout out texting from Statesville, North Carolina. Let's go number 10, Philip Ray. It's your Uncle Dave. Thank you very much, Uncle Dave. Reavers going for it on 4th. Let's see if they try to draw Bulldogs off sides if there is a change in the cadence. Well, what there is a timeout on the field.
Timeout, Iowa Western. Their first
Iowa Western will take a break. 5 minutes into half number 2.
Got me falling hard, sweet baby. Got me falling hard for you. And still, I felt this way before. You know it's true. And still, you got me
4th down and 4. And there's a penalty flag flying. There's a pass that's incomplete. Got a lot of finger pointing going on. And let's see what's going to happen. Is there an Iowa Western first on an encroachment? Is there a false start? And a 5-yard mark off the other way, turning it into a 4th and 9.
Number 90.
And it's offside Bulldogs.
Results in a first down.
So a first down on the penalty yardage. And Iowa Western to the 20, where it is first down and 10. Shout out to number 94, Ephraim Deese for Iowa Western from your favorite cousin, Pooh. I'm so proud of you from North Carolina. Thank you very much, North Carolina, for checking in. First and 10 at the 20. Deckers with a pat of the hands and then a look to the sidelines. Shout out to Jordan B.B. McCray from DAP. Thank you very much, DAP. Dumb ball, nowhere to go one way, bounces into the outside, goes the other, makes his way to the end zone, touchdown, but there is a flag. So let's see if the celebration will hold and if the play's coming back, and that would be the appearance at the moment. As there apparently was an Iowa Western hold, and there is the indication from the official.
10 yards from the previous spot. Replay first down.
Shout out to number 5, Jakari Jones from Monroe, Georgia, from Granddad. Thank you very much, Granddad. Shout out to my nephew, Jonathan Humple, from his Uncle Brian in California. To Chip and the Bulldogs from Joe and Shannon, grandparents, sending a shout out. Decker to pass. Walters, the completion, trying to shed himself of a would-be tackler, and that would-be tackler becomes a B-tackler, I guess.
Coney, number 31.
Or a wood tackler. What would that be? If you are a would-be tackler and you make the tackle, then one of the two comes off. But a nice stop hanging on was Jarvis Coney. Over the middle, pass is caught. Inside the 15, still on his feet to the 9. That is Cargill on the pass completion from Deckers. And there is
Western looked like they're just short
another
of first
injury.
down on that play.
And Deckers like, hey, I can work on the Cavs too, man. I appreciate that from Deckers. Showing class. I mean, it's an opponent suffering from leg cramps, but I can assure you Deckers at some point has suffered from those cramps and says, here, I can help. I don't know if that is dill pickle juice that Jabari Baker is bringing in, but that's what I hear helps. Got a timeout at the 9-minute mark. Deckers on the carry to the outside. He will be brought out of bounds at the 8.
26 on the tackle. Yari, first down, Western.
Shout out, texting from Statesville, my brother number 10, Titus Myers. Let's go. Man, me and my Mercies 4 are rooting. Go biggest 4. Launch towards the corner of the end zone, and that is incomplete. Deckers.
Back on defense, number 26.
Trying to hit it. Trying to see who that intended target and now injured Reaver is. That is Titus Miners. And I think he's got the same issues that Baker had previously, those calves cramping up. Not a serious injury, but it feels like one. Pastor Huey Harris watching in Tuscaloosa. Thank you very much, Tuscaloosa. And a shout out to Anais Harris, offensive lineman. Out for today's game, but being remembered there in Tuscaloosa. Proud grandparents of GMC Bulldog number 31, J.C. Coney, defensive linebacker, watching from Cincinnati, Ohio. Shout out to number 32, Creighton Horst. And off given to Burnett. Burnett bouncing into the outside, and he will scamper down the sidelines, trying to break the plane of the end zone. Comes up just a little bit shy. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 3.
Third down.
Maybe 3rd down, 3.5. A lengthy first drive for Iowa Western. This is an uncharacteristic drive as compared to the prior ones. Deckers has it picked up.
Interception, number 12. Jordan McCray picked him off in the end zone.
What a big pick of a Deckers.
Jordan
Potential
McCray
touchdown. Lengthy opening drive, and it turns into a Jordan McCray pick. Wow, just when it looked like Iowa Western was poised to take that opening drive, which had consumed so much time, so much yardage.
Bulldogs will have a first down on the 20.
Was about to give Iowa Western their first lead of the game, but instead the pick, and McCray hands the football over to the offense of Georgia Military. And now let's see if Georgia Military can bring this the other way. Cooper with Jones in the backfield. First GMC drive of half number 2. High snap. Cooper brings it down. And he's going to be sacked back at the 11. Well, that's what a high snap will do to you. It disrupts the flow of the play.
Second and long for the Bulldogs.
Shout out to IWCC, Iowa Western, from Angela and Matt. Thank you very much, Angela and Matt, for checking in. .704 to go in the 3rd. Bulldogs a loss of 10 on the sack of Cooper. And not a lot of running room for Jones.
Jones on the carry.
And now if you're the Bulldogs, you are in danger if you don't pick up yardage here of having to punt primarily from your end zone, which would again give Iowa Western excellent field position. You want to take advantage of the turnover. Of course, the big advantage was you stopped Deckers and company from scoring. Shout out to number 47, Darian Smith, from Mom and Dad. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Cooper to pass, flushed out of the pocket. He'll run. Make his way to the 20. And that was basically the original line of scrimmage prior to the 2 plays for a loss.
Back to the line of scrimmage.
Brings up a 4th in a punting situation, at least in this particular case. Cole Snyder won't be booting it away from his own end zone. He'll be kicking it from his 6. Back deep to receive is Luci Fedone. Fedone calling for the fair catch, makes it at the 38.
Iowa Western will take over on the 37.
And that's where we'll be first down and 10.
Line. First and 10.
Well, I guess all in all, if you were the Bulldogs, you can't complain. You would have liked to have got something out of that drive after the pick. But you stop Deckers and the potential 6. And the field position is not terrific. It's not bad for Iowa Western, but it could have been worse for the Bulldogs. As Fantoni will make the fair catch at the 38. Where it is first down and 10. 1 and 11. Top-ranked team in the country, and deservedly so. You've won national championships, won the last one. And until somebody knocks you off that perch, you deserve the top spot. Humpel. Up the middle, not able to pick up anything. Got
Good
back to
stop
the line
by
of scrimmage.
Bulldog front line. Defensive line. Amir Hopper
When you
in
talk
there,
about a
number
feather in the cap,
92,
you talk about a signature win
and a host of Bulldogs.
for Rob
Second
Manchester.
and 10 for Western.
And something that would get the
Number
attention of the
39.
pollsters. That would be if Georgia Military can knock off this top-ranked team. Still a long way to go in this one. Not as long as we had originally, but still got about 20 minutes to play. Second and 10, Deckers tries to one-hop the pass.
Pass incomplete.
Incomplete.
Anthony
And
Carter.
it'll bring
back
up a
there
third
on
down and
defense,
10.
Number 3.
Stops the
Third
clock
and
with
10 for
4:44 to
Western.
play. Quarter number 3. The bulk of the college football getting underway today. Just like the bulk of the NJCAA getting underway today. Deckers. Pass is complete to Walters.
Carter again on the
And
tackle.
he will be just a couple of yards shy of a first, bringing up a 4th down and short.
4th and 2.
And a punting situation. And you would think no gamble coming from Iowa Western in a 21 each ball game with 4:25 to play in the third, but always the possibility of a fake.
DuPont Jonah. Jonah DuPont. In DuPont.
Phillips back at the 15 to receive. Phillips with a catch at the 25, and he'll get about 2 on the return. And there is a penalty flag, and there is a helmet on. Back here at midfield. So let's see what the officials are going to do. Yardage to the benefit of the Bulldogs, or yardage to the benefit of the Reavers.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, on the return team, number 16. Half the distance to the
Half
goal.
the distance to the goal for the Bulldogs on a face mask call. So the Bulldogs will set up shop at the 13. Shout out to GMC Bulldog number 14, Tannerinas from Mimi. Thank you, Mimi. Shout out number 0, Cam Dunn Topsky. Number 6, Traquan Jones. I'm proud of you. Keep pushing through. I love you. From your loving girlfriend. Cooper Drops back, looks, fires. It is incomplete. Intended for Johnson. Well, I guess maybe the first half that had a total of 42 points as compared to the second half, which has nothing thus far, is indicative that the defenses have made the proper adjustments. Cooper to the 18.
Gain of 6, third down and 4.
Brings up a third
for the
down and
Dogs.
5. Trayvon Kitchen in the backfield.
Trayvon Kitchen, number 2, back in the game.
3:22 to play, quarter number 3. 21 each game. These two teams have played each other very closely the last couple of meetings. And this one, no exception. Cooper on the keeper. Got the first and more. 40 midfield, shoved out of bounds.
Chip
Right about the
Cooper.
43. And we got a late flag due to a late
Flag
hit.
on that play.
That'll be 15 additional yards tacked on. And I think Rob Manchester's out saying throw him out of the game. Disqualify him. Cooper was way off the playing turf. And let's see what the officials decide. Definitely a late hit. Is it
After
a
the play,
disqualifying late hit?
Unsportsmanlike conduct. 17, defense. 15 yards added on to the end
All
of the
right,
run.
step off that big
First down,
15-yarder
TC.
for the Bulldogs.
Number 17 is on the count. That's his first
15-yarder.
unsportsmanlike
Well, that
conduct.
is the first unsportsmanlike
Yard line, 1st and 10.
against Jeff Thornton. So he is not out of the game, not disqualified, but he's halfway there. And an additional 15 tacked on to the big Cooper play. I'd like to give a shout out to my nephew, number 47, from his auntie. We love you. Thank you very much, auntie. Shout out to Ty Kozan. On a first down and 10. Pass is caught inside the 20 to the 19.
Complete to number 85, Ricardo Tarver.
Tarver, who has caught a touchdown strike
Number
from
85, that's a Bulldog first down. We're down on their 20-yard line.
on the receiving end of a first down toss.
Tarver on the reception from Cooper.
Bulldogs put the first points the first half on the board. They wouldn't mind adding the first points in the second half to their resume. Johnson, the guy in motion. Cooper keeps it. Inside the 20, down to the
Cooper on the
16.
carry up to about the 17, no, make it the 12-yard, 17-yard line, 17-yard line.
Gain of 4
4,
brings up a
second
second and 6.
and 6.
Shout out to Ephraim Deese. Shout out to Big E. We love you, man. Hold it down. Keep grinding. Tapping in all the way from Ville, North Carolina. Number 94, IWCC. "90 seconds to go in the third. Kitchen in the backfield behind Cooper. And Kitchen on the carry.
Trayvon
Inside
Kitchen,
the
a
15.
big fullback.
Well, the Bulldogs hope they don't have to go to decision-making time. You know, do you try to go for it on a 4th down, or do you kick the field goal?
Picked up a yard, 3rd down and 5 for the Dogs.
That is a potential down away from being decided. It is 3rd down and 4. Football right about the 15. Kitchen stays in the backfield with Cooper. High snap, brought down. Kitchen's got it. Keeps churning. Dives forward. Does he have enough for the first? If not, it will be 4th and very short. And you got a timeout, and again, some leg cramps, which you anticipate on a hot August afternoon. 4th and short coming up for Georgia Military.
Georgia Sports Medicine Center is proud to serve our Central Georgia athletes. We offer Georgia's most comprehensive team of sports medicine fellowship-trained surgeons. The well-trained staff is committed to the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Ortho Georgia is excited to support student athletics by providing a free sports injury clinic in the fall on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The staff at Ortho Georgia works together to customize your rehabilitation program to ensure a speedy return to your activity. Remember Ortho Georgia, your home for orthopedic excellence.
Shout out says, can you shout out KB Nation on YouTube, please? Well, sure. Just did. Thank you very much for the shout out. Let's go number 7, Jonathan Humpel. Mom checking in and got the heart emoji. Shout out to number 3, Chip Cooper from your grandparents in Albany, Georgia. Shout out to Cedric Evans, number 4, Griffin, Georgia. Keep shining, my star. It is 4th and short.
Prior to
You get a
snap.
timeout asked for
Timeout,
by Iowa
Iowa
Western. They
Western.
saw this
Their second charge
big
timeout.
Bubba package with Phillips in the backfield. And Iowa Western says, let's talk about it. Hey, thanks very much. Ken Franks checking in. Ken, where are you, by the way, on a 4th and 2 after the Iowa Western timeout? Chip Cooper. Does he have enough for the first? It will depend upon the spot of the football. Bulldogs say yes. Iowa Western says no. What counts is what the officials say. And what will really matter is the spot of the football. It is first down,
Dogs.
Georgia Military.
We're on the 10-yard line. 1st and 10.
And
First and
Cooper
goal
will
to
come
go.
off the field. They'll run for the Wildcat with Phillips in the backfield. And you heard a whistle and then a horn. And let's see which came first. Well, I know which came first, the whistle, then the horn. But apparently that is going to do it for the 4th. A 3rd. We'll head into the 4th. Got another fantastic finish coming to Davenport.
the final episode of the Pest Control Guys. It's the competition that could win them the biggest contract of their life for Karen Moneybags. You won't believe what happens when we let the guys inside the house. It's 3 guys up for 1 contract. Only one can say, I do accept the contract. Next on the Pest Control Guys. Sponsored by Bug House Pest Control. Protect your house with Bug House.
First and goal as we head into the 4th in a 21-21 game. Bulldogs trying to reclaim the lead. Cooper keeps it. And he will make his way to the 6. And thanks for all the shout-outs. And yeah, there were a few more that came in the 3rd. So let me get to those. Shout out to number 38, Day Day, and number 20, Quan. Shout out to number 73, Peyton McDonald, from his sister Aubrey, watching from Omaha, Nebraska. And as I mentioned, Ken Franks. Ken, where are you? Been looking for you today. Ken's the guy who handles everything here. I mean, I'm surprised we got the game underway, Ken, without you here. Cooper driving to near the 1. Opens the door, opens the press box, keeps the field up. They do a terrific job. Thanks, Ken. Cooper again. Well, this time the gap was filled with a Reaver. And it is going to be 4th and goal. And it looks like that big Bubba package is coming back in with Phillips. So instead of the 3, with Perez coming in to boot through what would be the equivalent to an extra point, Bulldogs want the 6. Did he get into the end zone? Football did, but Phillips didn't. First down and 10, Iowa Western, 99 yards away from Pater.
Western will take over on downs. Looks like they're going to be on
Well,
about
that
the
was on the
2-yard
mind
line.
of Georgia Military. If you don't punch it in, then you got Iowa Western basically with everybody in the end zone. 99 plus yards away. So let's see what the game plan is of Iowa Western. Do they stick with what they've done all game long? Deckers drops back, throws the football, or do you try to get a little breathing room, a little daylight? Iowa Western stopping the Bulldogs. And take over at the 1.
'93 on that tackle, Taquavius Holland.
Gain of a yard or 2.
Second and 10 for Western.
I'll check that. They say he got back to the line of scrimmage. No daylight yet. And it'll bring up a second down and long. So now the difficult task on the shoulder of the Reavers. You want to get out of the shadow of the end zone. Bounce to the outside by Burnett. He's got daylight and more. Still on his feet. Down to the 21. That is a lot more than Iowa Western bargained for. Just trying to pick up some positive yardage. And boy, did they ever. Down to the 21-yard line. There is a Bulldog down. I'm looking to see if there's a flag, just based on the way the officials are talking and discussing. But I do not see a flag, but we are going to get a comment from the umpire. So let's see what this is about.
During the run, sideline interference, Iowa Western. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
Still going to be a big pickup. 15-yard mark off because
All
of
right,
the
we're going to
interference
get the
from the
ball on our
sideline.
37-yard line with the first down.
Well, that is leg cramps. What a big play from Burnett. Iowa Western was just looking for a little breathing room, a couple of yards, maybe 5 yards, so that if you're going to have to kick the football away, you aren't basically standing off the field of play. But Burnett with a big run. Went to the 21. It's brought back on the penalty yardage to the 37. And that's where it is first down and 10 for Iowa Western. Deckers to pass, gets rid of it, strong rush. And a penalty flag too. Is that intentional grounding?
Personal foul, roughing the passer.
Wow, roughing the
Defense,
passer.
number 98, hit to the face. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Rob Manchester is livid. Summons the
First down
umpire
on our
over.
22-yard
He wants
line.
to talk. Wow, what a big penalty. Humble on the carry and a penalty flag flies.
Down on the 20.
As Humble will make his way to the 20, but it could be coming back. Let's see what the official has to say.
Illegal procedure, offense number 10.
And there you see 5-yard
5-yard
mark on.
penalty, still first down.
Shout out to Cyrus, a.k.a. LeBron. We love you here in the pen. Hunter Decker's Falcon Nation rooting you on from the Pry family. And I've given to Burnett. Burnett backing his way down to the 23.
Amir Hopper
Thank
on
you
that
very much,
tackle, number
Prize.
92. Second and about 11 for Western.
Gain of 4, second and 11. Football at the 23. The antithesis to the first half scoring-wise. Lots of points in the first half, points in every corner. None in the second half thus far. Still tied at 21. Deckers. Walters the catch.
Pass
And he
complete down
will
around the 12-yard
step out of bounds at the 15.
line at GMC. Yeah, make it the
Bringing up a third down and 3.
third down at about 4 for Western.
Got a whistle and not a flag. Bulldogs hopped, but there was a
timeout
asked for
Defense.
first
Their first shot
by
timeout.
Georgia Military. 10:32 to play in the game. Neither team has been able to break the 21-all tie thus far in half number 2.
The pathways to opportunities are endless at Georgia Military College. Since 1879, we have transformed students into effective leaders and engaged citizens, grounded in civility and respect for others. Whether you want a traditional college experience, something closer to home, or education online that suits your schedule, Georgia Military College is committed to helping you succeed. Start here. Go anywhere.
All right, here we go. Third down, about 4 for Western.
Third down and 3.
15-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 15 in a 21-all game. Deckers to Burnett. And Burnett churns his way very close to a first. Let's see where the officials spot the football. It'll either be 4th and short or 1st and 10. And the chains might be brought onto the field for a measurement. They will be. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Looks like we are like
It
maybe
appears we're going to have a measurement. Something you don't see that
90
often in
away.
College football. Y'all give it up for the chain gang. They've been out here. It's
From
hot.
5,000.
They've been doing a good job today.
So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, man, we would love it if you do. Well, you saw what is
It appears
necessary
they
for the
have
first.
down.
Well, they had it. Thought it might be a few inches shy, but it apparently was right there on that marker at the end of the last link. And it is first down and 10. Football at the 12. Second trip in the second half into the red zone for Iowa Western. The prior one ended in a pick.
Tackled by Aiden Benton, number 90. Had some help from Jamar Grimble, number 57.
Burnett a year ago,
Second and
225
about
yards
4 for
rushing.
Western.
It was Humpole that was kind of the marquee back coming back. And Swinney, by the way, on the carry. And Swinney fighting his way down to near the 5.
Looked like 90 on the initial stop. Aiden Benton.
So you kind of expected
He had some help with that
Burnett
defensive line of the
Humpole
Bulldogs.
to get the big carries,
down
but it
for
has
Western.
been Swinney. And by the way, I think I credited Burnett with the big run that gave some daylight. That was Swinney. And Swinney now going to the sidelines, a little bit under the heat. Going to be hydrated as Humpole comes back onto the field with a 3rd and 2. And off to Humpole, and he will make his way very close to an Iowa Western first. And it will be 1st and goal from the 2.
First and goal.
Iowa Western trying to take their first lead in the football game. Down 7-zip, 14-zip, then 14-7, then 21-7, 21-14, then tied it at 21 a minute before halftime. And trying to take their first lead at the 8-minute mark. And off to Humpole. He will be stopped and lose yardage.
13, number 13 hitting Jabari Baker. 31 in there also. Jarris Coney.
Dropped at the
down.
4. We're in his 2nd down and goal. Humpole still in the backfield. Decker sending Walters, his favorite target of the day, to the left side. And Humpole's this time dives towards the end zone, in from 4 yards out.
Number 7.
And Humple, who had 9 touchdowns rushing last
Jonathan
year,
Humple.
gets his first of the 2024 season. 4 yards out. And the first lead of the ball game is Iowa Western. Up by a 27-21 score. And it looks like another Iowa Western Reaver. And I believe that is Mariante Goldwire, who is being aided to the sidelines. It is hot. And for those of us who live in the Deep South, we're not used to this heat. Kick good.
Western 28.
So I know the folks from the
21.
Midwest.
7:29 to play in the fourth.
7:29 to go. Reavers with their first lead. (28-21) Reaver lead, 7:29 to play in the football game. And it took about 23 minutes, but we've got our first score in the second half. That'll go out of bounds and be brought out to the 35. So the Bulldogs 65 yards and 7 minutes 29 seconds left to play. Plenty of time to go in the football game. And I spoke with the offensive coordinator on his way back upstairs at the half. I said, man, you got some wrinkles we haven't seen. So they got a few, got a couple. So let's see if some of those wrinkles appear.
Free kick out of bounds.
Here with
Ball be
7:29 to
30
play.
yards from the spot of the kick. First down.
A reminder at the end of the ball game, we talked with head coach Rob Manchester. That will be available on YouTube and Facebook. I checked that. I think that's a YouTube only feature. So we'll be talking with him at the end of the game. And it'll be after this link is closed out. Be posted about 10 minutes later. Cooper on a first down and is incomplete to Jones.
Incomplete, intended for number 6, Traquan Jones. 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And it brings up a 2nd down and 10. Well, if scoring after that first drive in the first half, the response by Georgia Military College was important, this is huge.
Back in the game for the Dogs, Keenan Phillips, number 8.
It is not a must-score drive, but it's the next best thing for the Bulldogs. 2nd down and 10 from the 35. Cooper able to complete the pass to 42.
Pass
That was a play that looked like it had potential to lose yardage. But instead the pass is caught
3rd and 3
by
for the
Kyrie
Dogs.
Fuller. And a pickup of 7 brings up a 3rd down and 3. Line of scrimmage, the 43. Cooper keeps it. He's got the first. Tripped up to the 47. Had to cross the 45 to pick up the first, and he gets that first down.
All right, first down, Dogs at the 46.
Next week off to Tyler, Texas. The Apaches coming to town, but there is not a dog thinking about an Apache at this moment. All eyes focused on the Reavers. Cooper Makes his way to midfield.
Cooper on the carry, gain of 4,
4.
2nd and 6.
And it'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Inside 6 to play. Don't forget next week, volleyball. Meridian College, Coastal South on Monday. Enterprise State, Coastal Alabama North on Wednesday. Football on Friday of next week. Bayside Academy in Orange Beach. Tylerman GMC next Saturday. There is a penalty flag as Cooper is shoved out of bounds. That's in the backfield, though, and typically that's not a good sign. And it is holding. And it is charged to Georgia Military.
Holding. Offense, number 78. 10 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
2nd down from the 40.
Penalty yardage, pushing the Bulldogs back to the 39, just shy of the 40, where it is 2nd down and 16. Cooper goes to Phillips. Phillips across midfield. Still on his feet. Down the sidelines. Phillips into the end zone. Touchdown. No yellow hankies.
Keaton Phillips.
Bulldogs a point away from knotting the game up at 28.
What a run. 60 yards for Keaton Phillips.
Keenan Phillips, a 60-yard touchdown run. Yeah, you talk about some pressure on Perez to boot through the extra point. Out of the hold of Snyder. We are not enough.
Tied up. It's
28
in the
each.
4th.
Georgia Sports Medicine Center is proud to serve our Central Georgia athletes. We offer Georgia's most comprehensive team of sports medicine fellowship-trained surgeons. The well-trained staff is committed to the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Ortho Georgia is excited to support student athletics by providing a free sports injury clinic in the fall on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The staff at Ortho Georgia works together to customize your rehabilitation program to ensure a speedy return to your activity. Remember Ortho Georgia, your home for orthopedic excellence.
Perez looking for a good spot to put that ball in play. Number 37.
Phillips with a 60-yard touchdown run. Perez, the extra point kick. And with 5 minutes and 3 seconds left to play in regulation, it is 28 each. Walters back deep to receive. And Walters will return it from the 3. Brought down near the 30.
Good tackle by number 11 out there, Javon Kinchin.
A little play acting on the part of Baker. He was like, maybe I can draw a foul. Actually, that's not Baker. And it's Phillip
Javon Kinchin with a good tackle.
Got into a little discussion, and then Baines put his,
Western
acting class lessons into good use. Hey, do whatever you can when you're playing the number 1 team in the country. within reason. 5 minutes to play. 28 each. Deckers drops back, flushed out of the pocket.
35 with the stop.
And he will get right at 3.
Jeremiah Burks.
Well, the helmet came off. That means Decker's got to take a
Number
play
35.
and sit out or call a timeout. And
Second and about 6, maybe 7.
Iowa Western does not want to use a timeout at this juncture of the game, I doubt. So Deckers will come to the sidelines. And in for a play is Braylon Comrade. And I'll give it to Humpel. And Humpel's got running room up the middle. 40, 30. Can somebody catch up with him? They can at the 3. Wow. And more like the 2.
Looks like we got
That
it
is
down
twice
on
that
the
has happened today
2-yard
for the
line.
Bulldogs. Swinning on the big play, just looking for a little daylight from the 1. Goes all the way to the 21, and then it's brought back to the 37. And then Humpel on a play in which Deckers has to sit out because the helmet popped off. All the way down to the 2. And it is first and goal. Swinney on the carry. He's into the end zone, and
Western with a touchdown.
Iowa Western back out in front by a TD.
Number 28, Daniel Sweeney.
When you talk about curbed enthusiasm, Iowa Western responding. Just a tad over a minute later after the Phillips 60-yard touchdown run. Swinney from a yard out, but the bulk of that came on the Humpal carry. Bartachek with the extra point kick. And it is
Point
good.
after is good.
Three minutes, 43 seconds left to play in the football game. A 35-28 advantage. Iowa Western.
Trayvon Kitchen back deep along with number 6, Traquan Jones.
We went about 23 minutes into the second half without a score. And now we have had 3 scores in about 3.5 to 4 minutes. Welcome to a 1 versus 11 matchup. Phillips will take it from his 1. Out to the 24-yard line, and that's where it will be first down and 10 for
Phillips
Georgia
on the
Military.
carry.
Well, this could be a must-score drive. There is not a lot of time left in this one. Georgia Military with a couple of timeouts left. You get the 2-minute warning. So there are 3 opportunities to stop the clock between now and the final horn.
Let's start from our 24-yard line.
So
First and
maybe
10.
if you don't get something out of this drive, you will have an opportunity. But the Bulldogs don't want to take their chances. They'd rather get something out of this one. .336 to play. Cooper out to the
Chip Cooper on
27-yard
the
line.
carry. It's up past the 25.
Gain of a couple, maybe 3 on the play.
27,
Brings up a second
28 yard
down.
line, second down. And about 7.
What a great football game this has been. No disappointments here thus far. Now we'll see what the final horn has to say. Cooper
up just inside the
dives
35
towards the
yard line.
35.
Flag on the
I
play.
think he has got the first, but there is a flag and there is a hole.
Holding, offense, number 70, 10 yards, previous spot, replay second down.
10-yard mark-off, so nullify the first. Penalty yardage marked off from the point of infraction. So the Bulldogs back to the 17. We're in a second down and 15. Line to make the 34. Clock not yet a factor, but not far from becoming one. Cooper got a receiver open. Pass complete. Now a sprint towards the end zone. Dragged down at the 10. Tarver just ran out of gas.
Complete to 85. That's Tarver Ricordo.
Bulldogs within striking distance. Tarver wanted a face mask penalty tacked on. Boy, Tarver working all game long. Just ran out of gas at the 10. And we got the 2-minute warning.
2-minute timeout.
Bulldogs looking to tie it up this drive.
Got me falling hard, sweet baby. Got me falling hard for you. And still, I felt this way before. You know it's true. And still, you got me more and more. Oh, you got me falling hard.
All right, here we go. Dogs on the 10-yard line. First down.
Well, we may get a steady diet of Phillips. Running for the Wildcat just inside the 10. Where it is first and goal. Phillips breaking into the outside, inside the 5, and he will get down to about the 1. Wait a minute. Did they give him the 6? I heard the gun
Keenan
sound.
Phillips on
I
that
didn't
carry.
see the umpire indicate 6.
Keenan Phillips on the carry.
But apparently they did. 10-yard touchdown run, Phillips.
No signal. We'll take a touchdown on that. We're going to kick you an extra point anyway. Here we go. Freddie Perez.
Phillips, his second touchdown run of the afternoon. Big Perez kick again to tie it up.
Point after's good.
He
We're all
will.
tied up.
35
152.
each. Inside 2 to
35,
go.
35.
To opportunities are endless at Georgia Military College. Since 1879, we have transformed students into effective leaders and engaged citizens, grounded in civility and respect for others. Whether you want a traditional college experience, something closer to home, or education online that suits your schedule, Georgia Military College is committed to helping you succeed. Start here. Go anywhere.
.152 to play, tied up at 35. The line of scrimmage is going to be about the 27 on the short kick.
After that guy, number 15, Zion Bryan. Philip Baines, number 15 on the tackle.
I know you don't want me to mention OT. I don't know that either team wants OT. Boy, these teams are fatigued. Temperatures into the mid-90s, heat indices into the triple digits. But I have a feeling you talk to a Bulldog, you talk to a Reaver, they'll say whatever it takes. Regulation or OT. Deckers to pass. Fires over the middle, complete. Walters breaks free and makes his way to the 38.
Finally brought him down, Anthony Carter. Number 3,
Walters
that's a
quickly becoming Decker's go-to guy.
First down on the 38-yard line.
90 seconds to play. Decker with Humpall in the backfield. Decker to pass. Fires incomplete.
Pass incomplete. Back there on defense, number 3, Anthony Carter. Second and 10 for Western.
Pass intended for Keon Brown. .114 in regulation. OT balls put at the 25. Nearly picked off.
Anthony Carter just about picked it off.
Drive almost ended. Anthony Carter got a hand on the Decker's toss.
Third and 10.
Big play here with 1:10 to go. 3rd and 10 from the 38. And a timeout on the field asked for by Georgia Military. A little bit of a surprise. 2 timeouts left, now 1. But that's how significant this play is. With 1:10 to play.
Doing a good job with that water out there, Johnny Wiley, number 42. We miss you today, man. We miss you.
Big 3rd down. Iowa Western with a football at the 37. Near the 38, gotta get it to the 48 to pick up the 1st. Bulldogs And they're okay with just about anything besides the 48 and beyond. Deckers drops back. Incomplete pass.
Incomplete pass.
And the incomplete pass means the Bulldogs will not have to use a timeout.
Jordan McCray.
And they will have the football with a little less than a minute to play.
Back deep for the Bulldogs. Keenan Phillips.
Shauna DuPont to punt. And Phillips to receive. Phillips standing at his 20. And now there is movement, and I think you got illegal procedure. You do, and back 5 will go Iowa Western.
5 yards.
Back them up 5 yards.
Well, every yard significant in trying to set up this last drive of the football game for Georgia Military. Phillips will move to his 26 after the infraction. Calls for the fair catch.
Fair catch. We're going to
makes it at the 25.
25-yard line. First and 10,
75 yards from Painter.
Fourth quarter.
Perez, I do not know what his field goal range is. Had a 36-yarder a week ago. So you got to believe you get it inside the 25. And you're looking at Perez field goal range. And of course, the Bulldogs certainly want to guard against a turnover. They have not turned the ball over today, and now would not be a good time to do so. Cooper from the gun. Steps up. Fires. It is caught.
Number 17.
Midfield. Lee Niles.
Inside the 50. Lee Niles.
And out of bounds as well. No need to use up a timeout. Football at the 49. Cooper on the keeper. He'll be stacked up at midfield.
Cooper down on about the 50. That's a loss of 1 second and about 11 for the Dogs.
Well, the Bulldogs have one timeout. Using a lot of time. Down to 29 seconds to go in the football game. Still out of field goal range. I wouldn't think with the ball at midfield that you're playing for overtime. Cooper with the incompletion.
Cooper throwing it away. It's going to bring up a third down.
And it is a third down and 11. And there is an injured Reaver. Well, there's time for 2 plays. Or 1 play and a field goal. This is a big play for Georgia Military. And if you're thinking about the possibility of a long field goal, I would say you've still got to have not a 20-yard pickup. To give Perez a reasonable opportunity at 3. I'm thinking you get it inside the 30, then you're looking at about a 45, 47-yard field goal. Which, where most kickers are concerned, is starting to reach the outside of your range. Drop back at the 41-yard line is Jones. And I think that's going to do it for regulation. 60 minutes, not quite enough.
We're going into overtime. We're going to throw it on the 25-yard line.
We're headed to OT.
It's 2 o'clock.
Georgia Military College provides opportunities to learn, to grow, to lead. The GMC Corps of Cadets will help you build a foundation to start your journey to success. As one of 4 military junior colleges in the nation, GMC provides character-based education, state-of-the-art facilities, physical training, leadership, history, and tradition. Be the leader that makes a difference. Start here. Go anywhere.
Georgia Sports Medicine Center is proud to serve our Central Georgia athletes. We offer Georgia's most comprehensive team of sports medicine fellowship-trained surgeons. The well-trained staff is committed to the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Ortho Georgia is excited to support student athletics by providing a free sports injury clinic in the fall on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The staff at Ortho Georgia works together to customize your rehabilitation program to ensure a speedy return to your activity. Remember Ortho Georgia, your home for orthopedic excellence.
We head to overtime. A big thank you to all the folks that make our coverage possible. Not just regulation, OT, CBiz, Martin Perlman Sports, also Enos Legal, the auto accident firm. Postpone that trip to the Pickle Baron. They'll be open. They'll wait on you.
Johnny, let's get those.
Got a little more football.
Hydrated out there now.
Still might want to grab one of these, though. Thanks so much to Coca-Cola. There's bugs in the house. Any bug house. And brought to you by Ortho Georgia, the orthopedic specialists. And don't forget about the fundraiser.
Chip Cooper and Deckers Hunter are going to flip for it to see who gets the ball first.
Well, seems appropriate. The guys that are going to meet at midfield, 2 QBs. Deckerman Cooper. And let's see who won the toss. If it is Bulldogs, I'm assuming they would like the Reavers to have the ball first so they can figure out what
All right, Western's going to start off with the football.
they have to do to win, and that's what's happened. So Iowa Western will have the football first. It'll be placed at the 25. They'll get their opportunities to score. You can pick up a first, just like a regular drive, just a shortened drive. And when they are through, Georgia Military, we'll see what they've got to do to either tie it or win it. And your clock off, by the way. So no longer got a need for a clock. The only clock that'll be used is the play clock. Game clock is off. Number 1, number 11 team in the country. We have gotten our money's worth. Decker from the 25. And off to Humble. Bouncing into the outside, shoved out of bounds at the 20. And a couple of flags will come in late. Illegal procedure charged to Iowa Western.
Holding.
And holding
number
as well.
58. 10 yards previous spot.
Well, I can tell you which one the
First down.
Bulldogs want. A hold.
All right, that's a holding call on Western. That's going to back them up a little bit.
So that'll push them back 10 yards from the spot of the infraction. Deckers. Pass complete to Walters. Still on his feet. 20. Sidestepping Bulldogs. Dropped at the 16.
35 on the tackle. Jeremiah
I think it
Burks.
is safe to say that
Tackle.
collaboration, Deckers to Walters, has accounted for more than 100 yards today. And the penalty yardage.
Second down for Western.
And Iowa Western going back. The big pass play to Walters has him going forward. They will pick up the first. It is 1st and 10 at the 15. Decker's got a target open. Incomplete pass, but a penalty flag, and that might be pass interference. If it is, it'll be half the distance to the goal.
Pass interference. Defense.
And it
number
is.
26. Ball be placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
So the ball down to the 2, where it is an automatic first down. 1st and goal from the 2.
All right, they're on our 2-yard line. 1st and goal.
Humple in the backfield beside Deckers. A couple of wideouts right, one left. On a 1st and goal in the first OT. Deckers hands it to Humple. Humple will pound his way into the end zone for 6.
For Western. Jonathan Humple. The flag on the play.
There is a flag, however. Will it
Offside.
nullify
Defense. Penalties
a
declined.
touchdown? Nope.
Result of the play. Touchdown.
Offsides. Georgia Military. Barnacek trying to extend it to a 42-35 score. And, of course, Georgia Military with an opportunity from the 25, just like the Reavers in this OT period. This is a big kick for Barnacek. That's a line drive shot that does, though, clear the crossbar.
Point after is good.
Georgia Sports Medicine Center is proud to serve our Central Georgia athletes. We offer Georgia's most comprehensive team of sports medicine fellowship trained surgeons. The well-trained staff is committed to the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Ortho Georgia is excited to support student athletics by providing a free sports injury clinic in the fall on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The staff at Ortho Georgia works together to customize your rehabilitation program to ensure a speedy return to your activity. Remember Ortho Georgia, your home for orthopedic excellence.
Georgia Military now in the football at the 25, and Cooper will bring it inside the 25 to the 23.
Cooper on the carry, gain of 2, 2nd and
a couple
8.
on a first down carry. Well, winning the coin toss and opting to allow the visitors in this particular case to go first shows you what you got to do. Got to have 6, then got to have at least 1, Do you get gutsy and go for 2? Hopefully they will have that dilemma. They'll have that decision to make. Got to get the 6 first, though. Second and 8. Cooper flushed out of the pocket, looks, and he is dropped back at the 34.
Cooper throws it away, and we're at 3rd down.
And it'll be a 3rd down and 8. Well, and you are definitely in 4 down territory. Big play here for the Bulldogs, trying to make either a 1st or a 4th and very manageable. Third down and 8 in overtime. Cooper to pass. Steps up, out of the pocket. Stumbles forward to the 20, loses the football, but it is called dead. So it will be a 4th down.
Down inside the 20-yard line.
It is a 4th and somewhat manageable, but Cooper's down. Wow, this is not good news for the Bulldogs. 4th down and 3, and Cooper, for the moment, out of commission. It does not appear to be knee or ankle related. It appears to be more upper body.
Chip Cooper,
regardless, he'll have to come out and play. Even if he is able to get back into the game, I would assume thus you got Phillips going to be taking the snap for the Wildcat on a 4th down and 3. We have not seen another quarterback take a snap in this game for the Bulldogs. And in a situation like this, 4th and relatively short, anticipating the Wildcat, and it is, but not with Phillips. In the backfield is going to be Mincy and Kitchen.
Timeout, Iowa Western.
Iowa Western calling time.
All right, Bulldogs need 4 yards for that 1st down. Chip Cooper on the side.
4th down.
He's going to be all right.
With the Reavers up by a touchdown. Overtime, Iowa Western, #1 team in the country with a touchdown lead. Bulldogs looking at a 4th down. A reminder, subscribe to our YouTube channel. I think we need about 90 to get to 5,000 subscribers. Heck, we got that and then some watching now, so subscribe. We'll thank you. Also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. Phillips is in the backfield now on a 4th down, trying to get Iowa Western to jump off sides, but the Reavers able to hop back. And now in this game of chess,
timeout.
Georgia Military will ask for time. Huge 4th down play, and we're back in a moment.
Got me falling hard, sweet baby.
A week from today, Tyler, Texas. We head to the Lone Star State. And we'll have the coverage for you, Bulldogs and Apaches. Dogs hoping to be 2-0 going into that game. Need something big here on a 4th down and 4. A must get a first down play. Phillips. He's got the first. Drive stays alive. Bulldogs still in the hunt.
Phillips on the carry of Bulldog first down. Move it.
Phillips to the 9, where it is 1st and goal.
First inside the 10 for the Dogs.
Chip Cooper still on the sidelines. We don't know his status. They can do without him at the moment. As Phillips will be wrapped up getting back to the line of scrimmage. But it does limit your options.
Phillips down at about the 10-yard. 2nd down and goal.
And Cooper with helmet off. Sure doesn't look like he is a current option to get back into the ballgame. Loss of about a yard brings up a 2nd and goal. We'll call it the 10. Phillips spinning down to the 6. Where it is 3rd down and goal.
Looks like we're down about the 7.
There's a shot right there of Cooper. This does not look like a Chip Cooper who is planning on getting back into the ballgame. Kitchen on the carry. Pounding his way. Offensive line drives him towards the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. Dogs a point away from a 2nd OT.
The big fullback, number 2.
42-41. And the Bulldogs may go for the 2. And it appeared to be poised to try such, and I think they are planning on the 2. It's a do or die, win or lose it, right here on the 2-point conversion. (42-41). Traquan Jones to take the snap. The handoff. And snuffed out at the 3. 2-point conversion fails. Jalen Brown.
What a game. What a game. 41-42.
Trying to get into the end zone and could not.
Congratulations to Iowa Western.
And this ball
Safe trip
game
home.
is
We
over.
appreciate you guys coming. Bulldogs, you showed a lot of character out there today, and that's what it's all about. A lot of character
What a ball
out there
game.
today. Great game from a lot of Bulldogs.
42-41, a failed 2-point conversion. Ends it. And you got to wonder how much, and as a matter of fact, we will talk with Rob Manchester about this, how much the status of Chip Cooper played into the thinking about the 2-point conversion. And the option to go for it versus the tie in overtime. We will talk to Coach, and that interview will be on YouTube in about 10 minutes. Not part of this link, but part of a brand new link. 42-41 final. I can run through the scoring, but you know what happened. 2 first-quarter TDs for the Bulldogs, 1 for the Reavers. Tied up in the half with 21. Nobody did anything in the third and in the fourth. About halfway through, that's when the scoring began. And in OT, couple of 1-yard touchdown run for Iowa Western. Kinshin brings it in for Georgia Military, and the difference, an extra point try. Successful on the kick for the Reavers, failed by GMC. Thanks so much for watching our coverage. Don't forget volleyball Monday and Wednesday, high school football Friday of next week. Tyler and Georgia Military College next Saturday. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Want to watch this game later? You can by subscribing to our premium channel. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Threads. 42-41 your final score. Thanks for watching. For all the folks with Georgia Military and JockJive, I'm Robert Williamson. So long, everybody.